Welcome on in to the Bearded Moose EU Brawlhalla 2v2 segment. My name is Hackle. I am joined here by Graffiti. How are you doing today, man?
I am doing quite well, and also it's a little bit earlier in the day compared to when we usually do these Moose Wars tournaments, so I'm feeling a little bit more hyped up. It's not at the end of a long day, it's right in the middle, right at noon for some of us on East Coast USA, and so I'm feeling it. I'm ready for it, and I am quite excited to see what's going on in the bracket. Hackle, could you let us know of some of the lore that's been going on start.gg, if everyone is there a command to check the bracket in chat? Actually, I don't know. Is there exclamation point bracket?
There's usually, but might not be set up yet. But yeah, we are going to be starting with the winners semi-final on the top side of top 8. That being because there have been some issues. Apologies for the delay on the stream. There have been some issues with servers across the board, especially with Amazon, that have led to issues with Twitch, issues with Brawlhalla in certain regions, and so that has led to us having to delay the stream, and that's led to us starting here now on the winner side of top 8. And that being said, our first sets are going to be Acno and Blaze versus Chandra and Heartbleed, followed by Pavelski and XJ Cool J versus Cressu and Blue. What do you think of those sets, man?
I think we got two pretty textbook cases of like a David versus Goliath kind of story. Acno and Blaze, obviously. It's kind of hard to intro them in anymore, because what can you say that already hasn't been said about them 200 times over? Granted, as deserved as it is, it's getting harder and harder to intro them in. But I guess another important thing to mention is that they did recently win DreamHack San Diego, and they also still got a pretty good placement at Dallas. Even though they didn't win that one, they still did pretty darn good. So they're feeling it, and they're trying to make a return to former glory as they once were champions of the world. And I know you might be saying like, oh, Acno Blaze, arguably the single best 2v2 team in the world versus, you know, these other two randoms, but no, these guys are actually on a roll. Heartbleed, and Baguette, Baguette issues. Because some of the teams that they've taken out to get here have actually been pretty astonishing. When we've been setting up to go live, we were pretty astonished to see some of the names they've been rolling through. Names like Fizaru and Pierre Cha, Fozy and Sarmay, and Coco and Delta. They took those sets, only dropping one game piece. So I know you're probably looking at those PRs, comparing them and saying like, wow, is this even a real fight? Yes, it is. Chandra and Heartbleed, the upsets that they have managed to pull by the skin of their, not even by the skin of their teeth, pretty successfully, because most of those have been 3-1s. They're here to play. Something's different.
Absolutely. Once upon a time, Acno and Blaze were the 2v2 team to beat in Europe, and then they proved themselves to be the 2v2 team to beat in the world multiple times as well, especially with that recent placement at DreamHack. And they definitely haven't fallen off, but I mean, Chandra and Heartbleed are showing that regardless of how solidified you can be in a region, in the world, there's always going to be new upstart names coming in and challenging that throne. And that's what I'm hoping to see with this set, is the newer names to the scene hopefully putting up a good fight, because by numbers, I mean, you could see it in the PR 1 and 2 coming out of Acno and Blaze versus PR 73 and 74 coming out of Chandra and Heartbleed, and I mean the earnings as well. I mean, 18 gold medals each for Acno and Blaze. That is unheard of even by like top player standard. There are many top players who have won multiple tournaments who can't compare to that number of gold medals. So I mean, Chandra and Heartbleed are facing everyone probably expected to be the team who was certified to be in grand finals. And if they can knock them out of winner's side here, that would be absolutely absurd.
Absolutely. We're getting everybody in the room for, we're getting everybody in the room to start this up. And one other important thing to note is, they're always a team to beat, and even during times where it's kind of like they've dropped a bit, even when they weren't the team to beat, they were still the bar, and they always have been the bar to either fall below or to rise above. So even when they're not at the very top, there's sometimes the marker between what is the top and what isn't, and that is just, I mean, that's just like you said. I'm kind of repeating what you were saying earlier, but that is just a level of dominance that we do not really see much of. We do have everybody in the lobby, and Acno has been playing a lot of bow lately, and we did see that kind of come out a little bit during PCX, and for a second I was a little surprised as this new competitive season 2023 has been developing to see him just how much he's actually staying on bow, because some of the characters that we've been seeing him play throughout 2s and also 1s, I think both game modes, we've seen Diana, we've seen Kaya, and those have been probably 2 of the characters that he has picked the most. And Blaze, I think Blaze is always kind of sticking with what has worked for him. Acno's starting to step out a little bit, try and find something else that works for him, and maybe not playing the characters he would have expected him to play in 2019. But still, Blaze, I think you can always rely on Blaze. I don't think he's a very comforting player to watch because there's not really too many surprises. He's just a solid guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see there's been a number of those pro player interviews where I think more than one person said if they could play with any 2v2 player in a team, they picked Blaze, because for a very long time, Blaze has been seen as the most solid 2v2 player in the region. Recently, that title has sort of been shifting a little bit to Fozy, but Blaze has never been a player to see that in 2v2. He's always been there to back up Acno, and it's been a very interesting dynamic of Acno being sort of the dog on a leash that Blaze is controlling, where Acno goes out and goes for these big plays, and Blaze is always there to try and pick up the slack and make sure that they don't go too hard and too far. And I'm curious to see if that playstyle is going to be maintained in the future for this team, because obviously as new players come in, as the meta shifts, your playstyle might have to shift and adapt to fit that new scene. But Blaze has been consistent throughout this entire time. We see Blaze currently looking to lock in the Bryn right now, which that doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, for the characters that we've seen Blaze play, Bryn has been the one. I mean, like, you've seen Bryn, you've seen Olgrim, but Bryn, I think, in both game modes, that has been Blaze's pick. Level 100, no less, coming out of Blaze. And Acno actually locking in the level 32 Olgrim going into this game. So that's usually a character that you'd see Blaze play. In comparison, you'd see Acno play a bit more of an aggressive character. But usually Olgrim and Bryn are more of the supportive role in a 2v2 team. So running two more supportive I mean, this is a very EU lineup. Olgrim and Bryn, you can't really get more EU than that. But I'm curious to see how this team comp is going to work out, and getting in here onto Demon Island for our first game. I'm also curious to see how Chandra is going to make do with this Scythe.
Scythe in 2s has always been a very, very tricky subject. It's kind of, I'm having a hard time placing the words on it just yet, but I feel like, yeah, it does make a bit more sense of why people choose to play it a bit more in 1s rather than 2s, but so far it's not going too bad, as they already got Acno down into the red, the most unhealthy one on the board, and just raw side sig. Acno, you can even see was trying to spot dodge through that, but just did not time it quite right. Is able to come back and complete the trade. We do got going down, and Blaze was at a huge risk of falling down too. So as we have the opening trades of this game, Heartbleed and Chandra proving that even if they are far out of their comfort zone, they're still able to keep up, and they deserve this spot.
I mean, we're seeing a very equally tied game in terms of damage right here, and Aklo actually going to find the Gimp onto Heartbleed, the Nair, clashing out the recovery, and that's going to be really, really unfortunate for Heartbleed, falling so early there. I think only in the deep yellow on that second stock, and right as I was saying, the stocks were equal apiece. It's now looking a lot more slanted in the favor of the blue team, as Blaze finds the double D-Light onto Chandra, finally falls down to that second stock, but the damage has been dealt, as Chandra, at risk of losing the second stock, and Heartbleed really needs to try and play the safe game, but the blue team just ready for these follow-ups at every given opportunity, and it's starting to look like it's slipping a little bit away from the red team here in this first game.
Heartbleed is really going to be probably the most pivotal player in red team's success, and the moment that they go down, that is when this first game might be starting to fall apart for red team. That early stock that Acno was able to pull off was huge, and another flash might mean another early stock, but still Chandra survives and Acno goes down to last stock. We do have a very temporary 1v1, but Blaze is able to get another clash and prevent Chandra from coming back onto stage. Chandra in both 1s and 2s plays this barrage a lot, and if we check the lobby soon, I'm pretty sure has the roster level 100. Definitely gonna be trying to put that experience to use, but there's not that much experience that could prepare you for a 2v1 against Acno and Blaze.
Absolutely not. And you can see definitely in the playstyle that Aklo is definitely trying to have fun here in this game. And we saw him just going all out with that lance, trying to getting in the kitchen, cooking up, and then we saw him spot dodge a side sig coming out of Chandra. So Aklo definitely is coming in with a lot of confidence here. And despite Chandra's best effort, because that was a good bit of damage put up in that 2v1. Going up against 4 stocks against Acno and Blaze is always going to be a scary thing. Now going on to Miami Dome for this second game, and no legend swaps, unsurprisingly. I mean, at this level of play, it's very, very rare to see players blame their characters for an immediate failure, because at this point, everyone has the mechanical skill and the character knowledge. It's all about that mentality and adaptation. And Blaze really trying to get in onto Chandra. Gets a lot of damage racked up off the top head. Doesn't manage to find the knockout, but damage has still been built. The same is happening to Acno right though. As Chandra goes up the side. Acno running out of options. Recovery does catch, but Acno does manage to touch. And now Chandra could be in trouble. The red team keeping the blue team apart right here.
I think both these teams are really kind of trying to go for the early lead approach. Just take a lead in the beginning when neither team is really overthinking anything. Neither team has really anything downloaded or read too far. Just grab the early lead while you can. Send Chandra down to second stock. Heartbleed's on the other side of the stage, and that could be a fantastic lead if he gets
weapon throws
here. Ground pound going to seal it. But
the trade
Acno responds. That there's now no longer an early stock lead for anybody, and they're going to continue scrapping like as if it's still the first 15 seconds.
I just love that pace shift of Heartbleed going in there, finding the double knockout, and then Acno coming back, immediately coming back swinging with the unarmed and trading out that stock and getting us straight to a clean 2-stock game each. Another damage building up pretty equally across the board here as Heartbleed is the most damaged player. That recovery could have been dangerous, but it does get interrupted. Acno looking to try and get something done with this lance onto Chandra. Goes for the ground pound, actually. Could be in trouble here now. The weapon throw's coming in, but does manage to interrupt with the nair. Blaze able to try and relieve the pressure off his teammate here. Chandra caught by the side air, will fall down. Heartbleed soon to follow, but this game is a lot closer than we saw in that first match. Perhaps the map change or perhaps adaptation is helping the red team find their footing here as the D-Sig does come through. And now Blaze, the last player left on his second stock.
Blaze, I think the strategy that you talked about earlier might really have to come into play, where Acno picks up the pace while Blaze is just kind of able to only really stay back to support, only enter when he needs to, and gets a little bit too hungry and enters that D-Sig. Chandra's able to come back to stage,
that's dangerous!
Been off stage! Oh my goodness gracious.
It's like Blaze always knows the perfect option to go for out of the setup, and sometimes Aklo doesn't even know he's going to go for it. And on either side of the stage, blue team will secure those knockouts. And we saw it there, I mean, with that team combo. Aklo wasn't ready for Blaze to find a follow-up there, because, I mean, you don't really expect it. Like, at that distance, it's very hard to find those follow-ups, but Blaze goes for it and does secure it there. I think that's one of the most impressive parts of this team, is the fact that they can pick up these team combos seemingly out of nowhere. And this is a very satisfying thing to see. A knockout off either side of the stage, almost synced up. Beautiful. And then they meet back in the middle to celebrate a little bit. That is one of my favorite little things to see in 2v2s. You don't see it too often, but when it does, it is just nice. We are hold on. 3 team damage coming out of Chandra? What is it, like 3 weapon throws? What does that much damage?
Or maybe like an unarmed D-Light.
Yeah, like what does 3 damage to a teammate? But regardless, we have Chandra swapping over to the crossover. Not swapping Legend, it's still Mirage, but we do have also Heartbleed over on to Kaya now. It's going to be interesting. I mean, there's not much to say there, really. That was just the double axe shredding coming out of the blue team, and Chandra and Aklo trying to duke it out a little bit here. Playing a dangerous game. Chandra has the wall slip!
The doesn't come through! This is exactly what we were talking about earlier with the early lead. Both of these teams, they're just trying to snag whatever stock lead, or hell, even just any minute damage lead they can, and just ride the rest of the game off of that. Acno and Blaze already have it. Keep in mind, while they are 2-0 in the set, I know that we said you should never count the little guy out, and seeing is just numbers. These are guys, Chandra and Heartbleed are guys that are coming up here after some huge upsets, but still just taking a quick look at the set and the game state. I think this map change might have not been the best idea. Switching to Kaya was a really good idea for Heartbleed, but this map, I don't know if this map is it.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure. I mean, it was also just a really unfortunate start for the red team as Heartbeat got completely dismantled by the double axe coming out of the blue team. Just immediate team combo completely taking them apart. And now, I mean, the red team is doing a decent job at bringing things back a little bit, but they dropped the team combo, and that could have been huge if they brought Blaze down to that final stock through that, but don't manage to secure it. And now Chandra is going to pull to the end. Sig Heartbeat left alone in a 2v1 for a second. No combo coming out of the blue team just yet, but actually very good job coming out of Heartbeat to avoid that aggression. But Blaze pounding down with this axe, and Chandra really has to put in a lot of work here to protect his teammate. So far a decent bit of damage, but is it too little too late?
Heartbleed once again at high defense, really gonna have to come in handy for Kaya, the most pivotal one in this set. Once Heartbleed goes down, Chandra's in the 2v1 yet again. Stocks 4-1, although in a double edge guard, this could be very good.
That's dangerous.
For a
That's dangerous.
like themselves.
That's dangerous. Okay.
Oh, that's contender for clip of the day at this point.
Maybe. I mean, we are in our first game so far, but Chandra trying to cook up with the scythe. Acno could be in trouble here. Oh, but Blaze there to relieve the pressure, just push Chandra out of position. Chandra doing a decent job of weaving around these attacks. Ooh. As I say that, the ground pound's going to do a lot of damage as Chandra trying to avoid as much punishment as possible. That D-Sig. Which D-Sig? Two of them, to be honest. But Aklo, the weapon throw. Chandra's going to get caught by it, and that's going to be enough. A very, very respectable effort coming out of Chandra for that 2v1. 600 damage being put out, no less. But I think the Kaya swap and that map pick just did not work in the favor of Chandra and Heartbleed. A good effort coming out from them, but not quite enough. And yeah, there is that early team combo just annihilating Heartbleed. And that just set the pace for the entire game. And then, yeah, that Wolfsub was just really, really unfortunate for Chandra. And considering the fact that they lost those stocks so early at the beginning of the game, they did a good job of bringing it back. They just couldn't quite hold on to the stocks long enough, especially in Heartbleed's case. And Chandra, once again, a really good effort in that 2v1, but will eventually fall. And again, one team damage coming out of Chandra. How?
That's the weapon throw.
Yeah, that's got to be a weapon throw. But yeah, very, very well played by both teams. That is going to be a 3-0 in the favor of Acno and Blaze. To some, that may not be too surprising given their status as a team. They will be moving on to the winners final, leaving us with our next match, which is going to be what, Graffiti?
Our next match will be, if I could pull up the brackets, our next match will be, I was just over on double checking Chandra and Heartbeat's progress throughout the tournament, all the upsets that they've taken, because that was something that I was really, really riding on, and I really would have liked to see an upset, but Acno and Blaze, to no surprise, dominating the field yet again. We will be having as our next set Pavelski and XJ Cool J, two fan favorites, versus Cressu and Blue, two very, very solid and talented players. Blue being in the scene for years, and I'm not really sure how long Cressu has been playing at this level, but has just recently kind of started to bump it up a bit and really take his foot off the brake. I'm really quite certain about his history, his past, but I know that his presence looking pretty squeaky clean right now.
Yeah, Cressu has been a player who's been dancing around that, that top 16, top 32 place for a little while now, and if I'm not mistaken, has been teaming previously with Zyder, and got I think it was 7th at BCX in twos, which very impressive for a player whose name isn't as well known in comparison to other names. But that being said, I mean, of course, Pavelski, he's the EU Sandstorm. Teaming with XJ Cool J here. I'm not sure who the fan favorites are really though, because I mean, there's going to be people in chat cheering for Pavelski because of course it's Pavelski, but I think that every player in this lobby is very, very solid, and going up against each other, I couldn't tell you who I think is actually going to take it, because I mean, the PRs are not very separate. Obviously Blue being the most experienced player in this lobby, as you said, has been in the scene for years and years and years, and once upon a time was the golden boy of EU and 1v1s, but has only recently been coming back into relevancy a little bit. So I'm curious to see how he does with Cressu as a teammate. And actually, Cool J has been playing with Pavelski in a sort of semi-competitive context for a little while. Pavelski focusing a little bit more on content recently, but I mean, neither of these teams are teams to sneeze at whatsoever. They've made it into the winner's side of top 8, and now they're battling to get into that winner's final. But yeah, I honestly could not tell you who I think out of these two teams has the edge because they each have their own pros and cons. And going into this, we're seeing a lot of Spear.
We got PR. It's actually kind of perfect that we got PR 13, 14, and 15 all in a row in the same lobby. And then Pavelski having to ruin it for everyone, being PR 23. Come on.
Damn,
what is
bro.
like you could have completed the cycle. You could have been PR with what did I say earlier? You could have
16 or 12.
helped the pattern.
16
Yeah.
or 12.
Pavelski.
Yeah, the double spear coming out immediately for the blue team here on Demon Island. Yeah, once again starting a set on Demon Island. Pavelski going to fall down off the ledge a little bit there, which could have been dangerous, but the red team not really there to punish. Cressu is going to make his way out of that D-Light combo because his teammate is there to protect. Currently damage building up very, very equal for all players on the field. The blue team kind of being forced apart a little bit here by the red team, and that's what I'd like to see out of a 2v2 team. Can't let these high-level teams find that synergy and find those follow-ups, because that's really where it starts to become dangerous. And that being said, XJ Cool J will be the first to fall. Pavelski clinging onto this first stock for dear life here. He is going to get caught by his teammate, but doesn't get caught by the follow-up. Cressu will find the side air, however, and now the blue team both a stock down. Can the red team get as much value out of this as possible? Cressu, at risk of falling down there, does manage to make it back with the help of his teammate relieving that pressure. The damage now starting to rack up a little bit on the blue team.
Red team has the stock lead, and they are looking to continue to expand it and expand it. It does get caught shut a little bit as blue has to fall down to that 2v1 that Cressu left in, but they're both touching back down onto stage, and they got a pretty good damage lead. All the extra credit from earlier is starting to build up. This game is moving a little bit slower than most of the other games we saw in the previous set, so I think that means neither really one of these teams have each other like fully confidently downloaded, and they're still trying to leave some space for error. Like, oh, I don't have you fully predicted. I'm not gonna go full send. I'm gonna lean back a bit and just wait and see what you're gonna throw at me. But whatever Pavelski has up his sleeves, he's gotta make this last stock count and not let his friend XJ Cool J down. I think we've seen XJ play a lot. I could be confusing with someone else, but doesn't he play a lot of guitars?
Off the top of my head, I'm not 100% certain. But he will fall down to that axe side air. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from the red team quite a lot here. They're showing a lot of synergy and awareness of what the other is up to and what's happening, so they know when they need to drop fight and try and be there to protect their teammate. Blue currently taking the backseat a little bit. We'll swap to the spear. Now XJ Cool J disarmed, finds a D like ground pound. But in the meantime, Pavelski gets hit by the side sig. And now it's just a 2v1. XJ Cool J versus both members of the red team will find the end sig. It's now one stock apiece, but blue getting some bow damage in here.
It's not completely over yet. This axe is actually insane. But still, that lance might just be a little small step ahead. But that game was looking really good for Red Team, and I know that's very obvious to say because they're the one putting one up on the scoreboard. I think the reason that they did that is that they were able to have so much stage control. If you're gonna look back and see in most of these clips, they're the ones taking up a lot of space center stage, and it's up to Blue Team to try and figure out, okay, how do we crack the safe? How do we find our way into that? How do we separate them when we are already so separated? And we don't really have any other space to kind of like regather and rethink. Blue and Cressu, their ability to just find a spot in the stage, say this is ours now, and that neither XJ or Pavelski could find their way in, that is going to be a huge wall for Blue Team to climb. And whether or not they're able to make it work on the dome is going to be the question of the night. Will they tie up this set, or will they be on bracket game?
I do like seeing Pavelski swap over to the cross, because that weapon combo of Gauntlets and Blasters works very, very well alongside Bryn's two weapons. And running, I mean, Wushang definitely not a bad two-sledger as he was playing previous, but a double spear does lead to a situation where you won't be able to find as successful team combos as a result of DI. So Pavelski being over onto this cross means more room for improvisation with these team combos, more room to breathe. But, I mean, who cares about room to breathe if the red team's just going to take it all away from you, which has been happening so far. As Pavelski already entering the red less than 30 seconds into this game, could be soon to fall, but the red team swapping their focus over to XJ Cool J in the recovery, almost actually taking blue off the top. Blue is there for the follow-up off the end light as well, and the damage really racking up Cressu, the most healthy player on the board right now. That side air is huge, and actually Blue will fall, leaving Cressu in a 2v1. And this is where we're seeing those team combos come in, and that is the swap I was looking for. We didn't see a single big combo like that come out of the blue team last game, but immediately upon swapping to Cross, we get a perfect confirm out of the blue team, and that is what you're looking for if you are Pavelski and XJ.
You're not looking for that team damage D-Sig, though. It's hard to tell why that was able to come through, how they would make such a dangerous mistake, because now that little bit of extra damage that Pavelski accidentally added to their teammate lets red team pull this game a bit closer to even, and now the chance to reclaim their spot. Bring this full circle is here. Everyone is in orange. Not a significant lead either way. Blue running out of options way at the top of the stage. Can Cressu push blue team off of blue, and turns out Blue's able to make it back on his own, and even maybe grab a KO off the side if he's able to. Pavelski's coming in to save his friend though, and still no, Blue is actually having a lot harder time getting some stage control, and we've had quite some times where Cressu is struggling a bit on their own. This switch to the cross, I think you're right. This is a beautiful change.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a character that I'm pretty sure it's Pavelski's first ever main he said in videos before, and he does have it at that level 100. And I mean, it's starting to show as he has a very adept understanding of these two weapons, especially Gauntlets. I mean, Pavelski has always been known for those Gauntlets on the Val or the Mordex, whoever he's playing. And now, lots of follow-ups coming in from the blue team. Blue, ironically, is actually the one really starting to struggle here as he's entering that red on that final stock, and XJ has the same stock count, but really it has much less damage, and Cressu will also fall. A complete change of pace here coming out of the blue team as Cressu forced to try and play that defensive game for his teammate. Pavelski will fall into that final stock, but if the blue team can get rid of blue soon enough, it may be too late.
Blue team shifting their strategy mid-game to try and focus blue a little bit more. All they need is one more good hit, one more falling side air, one more pass off, and that D-Sig is going to be it. Pavelski going all the way to the recovery, thinking that Cool J was going to send him up, but nah, send him to the side. So I think blue team, they still have a few bumps to go to build a little bit more synergy and have each other read of like, okay, this is where we're completing the team combo, this is where you're gonna be, and try to avoid some team damage. So still, they have a few more bumps to even out to in their teamwork, but still going up 1-1 against Cressu in blue is going to be a fantastic way to start. And right now, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Cressu and Blue to try and make the adjustments and get them back to where they were during that first game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what I'm interested in seeing is the fact that neither team really has the same dynamic that you see some teams like Acno and Blaze have, where one player is a bit more aggressive and the other is a bit more supportive. They sort of shape it off which player is taking more damage. And I'm liking that because it means that it leaves a lot more room for diversity of playstyle and adaptation to what's happening in the game. I mean, I'm actually looking at it, the red team did do more damage in that game than the blue team. It was just a lot more efficiency coming out of the blue team there, especially with that team combo we saw midway through. And now getting into this game at number 3, we're going to Small Fortress of Lions. No legend swaps, unsurprisingly. Pavelski immediately opening up with some good blasters damage.
Cressu's also been having some pretty decent luck with the weapon cycle, always having which weapon that he wants at what time. Whenever the axe feels like it's the best bet, he always has axe. Whenever Lance has the best bet, he's always got Lance. It's some kind of magic power to him. And right now, blue team, they are really trying to get any amount of stage control they can, but red team, we said return them back to what it was looking like first game, and they're starting to make a very, very valid case for those blasters from Pavelski. Going back to what you said earlier, whether or not it was his first main, I'm kind of having a hard time remembering, but regardless if it was or wasn't, he still plays it a lot, and so this is a very, very valid pick for him in both 1s and 2s, especially since Cross is really starting to peek his head in the meta for 2s, but he's just barely able to peek his head above over the stage and reset some of his jumps. Blue cuts that short with a side air, slapping him off to the side. And right now, blue team really needs to fish for these KOs and find anything that can connect. Pavelski's having a hard time landing a finishing move, just building up a little bit more damage, bringing blue a bit closer to red. You can see Cool J trying to throw out whatever signatures he can, Pavelski trying to throw out whatever combo starters he can. Neither member of blue team is is having a lot of success with these signatures until that side air hits. This 2v1 could be great for them.
Yeah, Graffiti, this game looks pretty familiar in terms of the pace at which stocks are falling and the damage that's being done with that first game, but ooh! What was that? Okay, that was obviously very improvised, and the use of the platform, that follow-up was absolutely beautiful, and a lot of damage right onto blue right there, but that catches!
It just held it.
The blue team now at risk of losing both their second stocks, regardless of that really nice team combo they got. If they can't get blue out onto their final stock soon enough, it may be the danger zone for the blue team here. As they find a bit of damage. Now actually really in danger here at the side. Pavelski will find the punish onto Cressu, and now Cressu's the one in trouble as blue isn't there to protect his teammate. But Cressu does have that recovery to get back, with Pavelski not letting up with these blasters. Oh, the ground pound will actually secure the knockout onto the save. And regardless of the fact that blue was the one caught by that team combo, Cressu was actually the first one to fall with their second stock.
You rarely see Blaster's gameplay like this. This is a special treat, especially seeing how confident he's playing Blasters like it's Gauntlet, being so confident placing his shots.
I mean, speaking of confidence,
ooh, off stage gonna bite him in the back though. Falls out of that. Yeah, I have a hard time looking over that Blaster's gameplay. That was a treat. You don't get to see that much. Playing it like it's Gauntlets. Blaster's off stage Pavelski is unlike anything else I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure. I liked how the fact, I mean, we see it here in this replay, the red team just locked into this team combo the first chance they got. Very classic team combo, the axe and the spear, and obviously Ulgrim and Sake to finish it off. I mean, that is one of the staples of EU and 2v2s as a region. But now, speaking of staples, we're going to a map that isn't really a staple. We're going to Small Enigma for this next game. And now Pavelski and XJ Cool J at risk of falling down into that lower bracket. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is, as usual, a double elimination bracket, meaning that because we're on the winner's side of the tournament, if Pavelski and XJ fall down here, they will not be eliminated from the bracket. They will, however, be forced to play in the lower side, in which if they lose there, it is going to be over for their tournament run. Blue and Cressu currently on pace to try and find their way into the winners finals. Pavelski trying to rally that, however, in the meantime, he goes way too deep off the side and leaves his teammate completely exposed to the onslaught of Cressu's lance. And for that reason, XJ is going to fall incredibly early off that first stock.
Yeah, if anybody at home in chat is
Cressu
over the map pit. Oh,
chillax!
My God! Blue is able to finish it off. Red team is making a fantastic case, although they're gonna have a lot of work to do if they want to remove the second stock from Cool J, and they're able to make it done. And they're able to bring a member of the opposite team down to last stocks before either of them falls down to second stock. Both of them do. Pavelski is able to do some pretty nice offstage gameplay. Pavelski offstage is one of the offstage's specialists. Like, taking him offstage is just a bad idea. If you want to, he has the choice to remove your stock, but still, red team's probably really scratching their heads and figuring out, like, okay, they want something specific from this map, and we got to figure out what it is. We got to cut it short, and we got to stop their strategy, no matter what it may be.
I mean, they
certainly are. And it looks like it's working. What do I have to say about Pavelski? Do not take this man off stage.
If that knocked out, I don't know, dude. That unarmed ground pound, I mean, regardless, Pavelski is going to fall down to that final stock, and now actually left alone. He's going to fall all the way down to avoid this aggression. Cressu actually going very deep there. Will find the protection from his teammate. Actually going to go all the way under the stage. Dodges through the weapon throw, but XJ is there. And that is very safe. Very good play by XJ there to go for that weapon throw and then just immediately go for the dare and go around. Not risk trying to come back up and get punished by blue, which is going to play the safe game. And all of a sudden, the blue team look like they could be able to bring this back.
Blue, this whole set has usually been the most unhealthy one on the board, and now look at how the tables change. Look at the plot twist on screen right here. Now we actually got XJ Cool J at risk of falling out of the game before blue is even on last stock. And we're also starting to get some good work on Pavelski's last stock, but that's not dangerous. Completely free, as Cressu starting to dip into orange right there. Has the choice of weapon starving? No, Pavelski's able to snag Blaster's deal. He's going to hold him in place for blue to get that punished. They're not able to make the use of the 2v1. They have them separated as blue team is able to regain their control of the stage, fighting for their bracket lives right here.
Oh, the unarmed N6 to knockout. And the side out will secure it. just managing to stop the flow before the blue team really starts to get into it. And a 3-1 victory for Cressu and Blue. But what a game to end it off. That was so all. That looked like a ranked game. I'm just gonna say that looked like a ranked game. With how much of that game took place off stage, with those really scrappy interactions off the side of the stage, that looked like your average ranked game. And I mean, the opening was really, really strong in favor of the red team, but the blue team brought it really, really far back. And if blue had fallen down to that final stock a bit like at all, that could have been really scary for the red team. But very well played by both. And the damage difference is, I mean, 1,100 damage coming. That's almost the most you will see out of a pro team in 1,200. You're sort of doing a bit too much damage and not being efficient enough. But the fact that the blue team put out 400 less damage and still kept it very close is very, very impressive for the two of them.
That is just... being efficient with your KOs can be such a hard skill to master. So seeing anybody that is able to pull that off successfully in such a high-stakes situation like this, always so impressive, so awe-inspiring. If we're gonna, I'm actually gonna go through, let's go through some of the players' bracket history. If you can check out Pavelski and XJ Cool J, who they've had to run through, because I'm on Cressu and Blue's page right now, and their pools have actually not been too difficult. They've gotten a few DQ through the bracket here or there, but it was when top 32 really started to step up for them, but they were ready for it. You thought that, like, having an easy pools and then immediately a rough top 32 would halt your momentum. They were ready for it. 3-1 simple, and now 3-1 XJ, Cool J, and Pavelski. So when top 32 took its foot off the brakes and looked completely different from their pools matches, they were ready for it. They were warmed up.
Yeah, Pavelski and XJ didn't really have the most comfortable run of their lives either. I mean, they did come off a 2-0 in pools to get into top 32, but then they immediately ran to a game 5 against Violet and Dan has Corona, which that happening in winners round 1 of top 32 is a bit scary if you're Pavelski and XJ. And then running into Viper and Solarson, they did find a 3-0 in their favor, but that last game we just saw really... Cressu and Blue showed a lot of control, and I mean, there were moments of Pavelski and XJ starting to take it back, but not for long enough to secure that victory. Unfortunately, with that being said, that is going to be the end of our little block here as we move further into the tournament. Apologies again for the delays that we've had, and as a result, a much shorter stream for this tournament, but we'll be right back after a very short break with a fresh set of casters to keep the lower side of top 8. Have you got anything left to say to people at home, Graffiti, before we head out?
No, that is it. We will make this a very, very exciting show for y'all to make up for the delays. Don't go too far. This is only just getting good. See you in a bit.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Spaceatronics, and welcome to the Bearded Moose, brought to you by Moose Wars and Bearded Brawls, and sponsored by Brawlhalla. Again, my name is Spaceatronics. With me is the GOAT himself.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Bar, how you doing, guys? Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are excited. We got some great matches for you guys. Get right into it, man. Pleasure to have you, Space.
It's a pleasure to have you too. We've been going through this top 8 and there have been some really interesting matches. Hackle and Graffiti brought you through the first two, the winner semifinals, where Acno and Blaze 3-0'd Chandra and Heartbleed, and Cressu and Blue 3-1 Pavelski and XJ Cool J. So your winners finals matches are guaranteed to be Acno and Blaze and Cressu and Blue. But before we get to that, we got to go through the loser side of the bracket. We went through the two winner side and they had this bit of a safety net. You know, they could take one loss before they're actually out of the tournament. That safety net is gone now. Each of these teams have lost at least once, and if they lose again, they're out of the tournament. So this is going to be big. Our first match up here is going to be Jesser and Munir versus Coco and Delta.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this. As you can see the earnings. Yes, sir, and Coco definitely got a lot of play time, but the earnings don't really show up. But these guys are seasoned players. Believe me, they show up to all the lands, the Dream Hacks, the Valencias. Yes, they're coming off an injury, but he is back. He is better. Salute to him, because I heard he was playing with one hand for the past few months. So I'm really excited to see what he can do.
Goat.
Yeah, man. As you can see, we have Coco and Delta, 18K, 13K, beautiful earnings, man. Great match on our hands here we're going to see today.
I will say these stats look completely in one side favor, but I'm telling you, do not sleep on Jesser and Munir.
Facts.
Like, these two are some absolute demon players. I remember there was the one time I got bored and hosted a tourney just for the sake of it. These two popped in here, beat everybody, and just called it a day. It was great. These two genuinely are some like really insane players, and I think when you think of like Europe up and coming players, these two are players that you would think of. All right, definitely. These two are like up. They're beating demons. They're going absolutely wild in ones and twos, and now they're here teaming together for this tournament, and they've already made the top 8, which is pretty sick.
For sure. This is top 8, but like you said, this is double elimination. Both teams already been eliminated one time, so like you said, they are on their last life. So this is all or nothing right here. They do have top 8, but both teams obviously want to push for that chance at the grand finals, get a reset, you know?
Yup, and as we say that, we're gonna get into this match where we have Coco and Delta on Ulgrim and Bryn, and then Jesser and Munir on Macho Man and Dalsa. An all-max matchup here. All-axe matchup here.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir. Classic Ulgrim as his comfort pick right there. Right now we can see the map selection. We're going for the small, forgot the name of this map to be honest, but
I think it's Apocalypse.
Apocalypse,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
You're good.
I will get straight into it, man.
Alright, so as we get into this matchup again, you see Munir on the side of the stage. He picked up the gauntlets, already starting to do work on pretty much everybody on the stage here, but he throws those gauntlets away. He wants the axe, and they're trying to find any sort of way. Jesser's taking a lot of damage right now due to Coco doing a lot of damage with the axe, and the side air with the lance will get the KO and take Jesser off from the side of the stage, and Munir might be soon to follow.
For sure, blue team in serious danger right now. Yasser going down extremely quickly. Like you said, Munir looking like he's about to follow. However, the Bryn on the other team is very red right now. This is still a close match, but red team looking like they're taking control early in this game number 1.
Ooh, nice GC D-Light recovery coming out from Munir, and a second one to finally take off Delta stock. I thought we were saying Munir is soon to follow, but no, he's managing to hold on to that stock as long as he possibly could. But on the other side, Coco is also doing a really good job keeping his stock, trying to make sure he doesn't lose that first stock before Munir does. So
right. No,
we're trying to see what happens.
That's
here.
big right here. Yeah, like you said, he's really holding on to that stock. As you can see, he's in dark red and still hasn't gone down. Yasser going down twice before his teammate's gone, and it's just amazing how long he's been holding on to this first stock. And there it goes right there.
Ooh, no.
King combo.
Oh God. so much damage done to Jesser there. And oh my goodness, everyone's down on 2 stocks, but Jesser is down on orange on his last stock. This has not been a good game for him so far, but you never know. He could completely change the tide. This match completely relies on whether Jesser can survive as long as possible. Whenever I see these 2v2 matches, it's always if you're a good amount behind everyone, it's like detrimental that you stay alive as long as you possibly can.
For sure, you really want to avoid a 2v1 situation at all costs, because as you can see, these teams, they have the team combos. They're not going to drop them too often, and you will see how much damage they can pile up in a matter of blink of an eye. And there goes another one. They have a chance right here, 2v1 situation. Can they get the team combo?
Oh, that was insane. They actually needed that. They got a lot of damage onto Delta, and even though Jesser is about to die here, Delta is not too far behind now, okay? The D-Sig coming out from Delta, getting that KO onto Jesser, so Munir is left with a 2v1. But like I said at the start, do not sleep on these two, bro. These two are insane at 1v1s as they are in 2v2s. So no matter what happens, Munir could win this.
For sure, for sure. As you can see, Bryn is in the red right now, so any kill right now could put him in a position to win this right here. He does have to avoid taking damage though right now, or he can go quickly just like that. The Sarah's gonna do it game 1. Going to Coco and Delta.
Wow, incredible job coming out from Coco and Delta, taking that first game with the good call out on that GC side sig that he missed, going for the side light nair, other team or other member just going for the Sarah, getting the kill. Very smart choice coming from Coco and Delta there. And now we're moving on to game 2, back on Apocalypse, no character changes, 1-0 in the favor of Coco and Delta. And let's see what Jesser can do this game.
Right, yeah, like last game, he definitely went down a little too early, and it was still a very close game. So maybe if he hangs on a little bit longer, this might turn the tides in the favor of the blue team this time.
Yeah, hopefully they do, but we'll have to see. Now, Jesser, he's known for this Macho Man right here. Even in, like I said, 1s and 2s, he is Macho Man main through and through. You will barely ever see this man off of Macho Man. He's level 100 for a reason. And seeing this man go absolutely crazy, trying to do his absolute best to stay alive, to make sure a repeat of last game doesn't happen, it seems it is slightly going more in their favor. Everyone's on red right now. The sideline recovery doesn't do it quite yet, but Coco is just about to die on their first stock.
This game 2 is looking a lot much better for the blue teams. A lot closer right now. Everybody in the red right now. This game.
Good catch from Delta.
Yeah, good cleanup by the red team right now. They're up a little stock lead, but both players in the red right now. So if blue team cleans it up right here, there goes one. He's not dead yet, but if they do clean this up right here.
There we go.
Boom. Quick neutralization. Team's even right now. Weapons in hand of the blue team. Trying to weapon starve.
Yeah, and the game is completely even on both sides of this game right now. But Delta catching that D-Light on both Jesser and Munir, trying to add up a lot of damage. As we have 3 axes on the field right now, I'm just hearing a bunch of axe noises through my headset.
For sure.
Oh no, the side sig on his teammate by accident, but he's still alive. He still makes it alive. It's still a very close game, but Delta is a slight bit more healthy than the rest of the group. The side air coming out from Coco, nearly killing off Jesser, but not quite. Oh, did you see what Coco almost did there, bro?
Yeah.
That was
beautiful down there. Knocking out both of the blue team members. Oh my gosh.
Yo, the dare catching both Munir and Jesser, taking them both down to the last stock. But like you said, this game has been close all throughout. The side air from Jesser kills both Coco and Delta.
Quick neutralization, man. This team the blue team wants to take this game right here. They do not want to go down 2-0 in this series. And right now, this is looking very winnable. They just have to get their act together. Potential team combo coming in, not gonna come through. Right now, Coco and Delta just looking too clean. Coco with the axe, he is swinging and bringing right now. He is just hitting everybody with his axe right now.
Yeah, and honestly, it's going really well. They're both on super deep red. Any signature really will kill off both of them at this point. And Delta's going for it, going all the way off to the side to try and get the kill onto Munir. you can tell that Delta's got some confidence right now. The D-line sider, the D-line sider on both. Oh my
GC Star.
goodness,
Oh
Coco.
my gosh. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Wow.
2-0 in favor of Coco and Delta. Red team right now. Blue team has to get their act together right now. Back against the wall. Do or die situation for this. Because like you said before, they are on their last life. No character selections. Both these teams very confident in their legend picks. We're looking at a map change though. It's looking like they're about to go to the Western Air Temple. Nope, matter of fact, ramen noodle shop, man. Miami Dome.
Yeah, I love that map so much. And as you can see, Munir's making the switch this time. He's decided he's not going to fall into the axe mindset of all three of these players and going for Luke, like
One
every
more.
other 2v2 player apparently.
Yeah, one more. One more, Luke.
As he switches over to the Luke for this matchup. I will say I've seen Munir play Luke in 2v2s. He is insane with blasters as much as he is with axe. So this could definitely be a very insane pick, as they're already starting off really well. 20 seconds into the game, already starting off with a decent lead here for both Jesser and Munir. But, ooh, nice read! Oh, he turned around for that recovery to catch Delta off their... Oh.
This is looking at honestly, the biggest lead for blue team so far this whole series. Right now, they need to hold on to this and extend right now if they want to stay in this series.
Yeah, they really do. And Delta almost got that read with a doubled sidelight, but doesn't fully manage to capture. All right, and now Munir off the side of the stage, getting the ground pound onto Delta, trying to go for a second one, but accidentally saves him this time. And Delta goes for Delta doesn't have any options left.
Okay, we're looking at a nice lead for the blue team. Was the cross what they needed? The adjustments?
Yeah, Jesser. With this axe, he still has 3 stocks remaining while Delta is at 1. Finally, that recovery coming from Coco, getting that KO. But no, don't do it to him. Do not do it to him.
Oh my
that would have been a matter of like 3 seconds and his stock would have been gone.
Delta, he's gone. And just like that, 1v2 situation. Can Coco do it? Team combos are going to be coming in. This is looking like a huge mountain to climb. One more. Oh man, this is tough. So far looking like blue team's game to take. And
wait, what?
Doesn't even put up the fight?
Doesn't even try.
No.
He's like, we move on. We go next. All right, it's valid. You know, it's valid.
Next,
gotta keep your mental for the next game. Quickly go into the next one, you know?
Go next, for sure.
Go next.
Yeah, that's it. Yo, that's a first. I've never seen that before. That's crazy.
I will say, well, compared to NA, at least, EU does that a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, same character picks, as you can see. Luke, Cross, or my fault. Ogren. We are not going to see Jesser switch off that one for sure. He's locked on that character pick, but I think they're liking the blasters, man.
Yeah, this Luke has been going crazy, and for good reason. We've seen how insane Luke goes in 2v2s. So sure. I completely understand this change coming out from Munir, switching to the Luke for this matchup. But goodness gracious, I didn't expect this much of a difference. What is this man on right now?
For sure. Luke, such a solid pick in the 2v2 scene right now, man. Both weapons, amazing weapons, Sig kit. But just like that, man, he is gone.
Dude.
Getting...
Delta is just struggling to survive right now.
Yes.
That's like Munir and Jesser are doing insane, just taking off so many of Delta's stocks. Oh, that was so close. Munir almost took Coco's stock off the side of the stage, off the top of the stage, but
Coco keeps the red team in the game right here.
Oh. He's trying to do his best to make sure they stay in the game. They're up 2-1 right now, so if they win this game, Jesser and Munir are out at 7th, and Coco and Delta stay at 5th to fight against. Let me check the bracket real quick. To fight against Pavelski and XJ Cooljack.
Right. Jesser just losing his first stock right there, man. Right now, pretty even game despite the fact that Delta is on red on his second stock. You know, damage lead in favor of the blue team right now. But one quick team combo just like that. You see blue team Luke in the red right now. Yasser almost killing his own teammate. Munir getting back to stage, no weapon. He needs to get one now.
Yeah, and he really does, but it seems that Coco and Delta do have the lead right now. Everyone's on 2 stocks,
Right.
but considering Coco's health right now, this is very
Good save. He had the D-Light Sarah, was unable to confirm, man. Coco said, "You are not killing my teammate. I am here to protect him." And just like that, the
Coco.
tides have turned, man.
Coco had good timing there. He almost went for that jump recovery, but Coco timed it perfectly so that he could get that sidelight Sarah. But Munir
this
with
is
the
still a
end
game.
save, evening it out. Are we going to game 5 or is it over right here,
Man,
right now?
I want a game 5, man. I need a game 5. I need to see one, man. Come on,
Dude,
yes.
I want to see a game 5. This could be a possibility for a reverse 3-0 if Jesser and Munir keep going absolutely wild.
For sure. Right now, Munir, he's in the dark red right now. He needs to stay alive. So is Yasser. Not looking too good for blue team. Can Munir steal the stock? No, he gets back to stage.
Oh,
He
he's
need a
trying
miracle right now.
They both went for a dodge. He was trying to expect when that recovery was going to come out, but Delta knew that that dodge was going to come out at some point. Both of these players so deep in the red. The sidelight, oh, the D-Sig does it. Jesser's out of the game. Nice side
Just
sig
like
and the
that,
side air.
Man.
Coco and Delta
3-1.
winning the set. 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 in favor of Coco and Delta. Congratulations. Well played, Jesser and Munir, man.
Well
Congratulations on the
played.
top 8. Fortunately, though, that was their last life. They will be out of the tournament, and Coco and Delta will be the ones going on to face J Cool X and Pavelski. My fault.
Yeah, I'll go. You go on. It gets very confusing at the first, and then you hear him every so often. It's like XJ Cool J.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta give it a moment. You get there soon enough.
For sure.
All right. But anyways, that's it for that match. Jesser and Munir, you guys did fantastic, but you guys are out at 7th place. And Coco and Delta move on to fight, like you said, Pavelski and XJ Cool J. But for our next match, we're going to be having a very, very interesting match. We're going to be having Viper and Solarson versus Fozy and Sarmay.
Look at the earnings. Look at the numbers. As you can see, Viper, man, 35K to his name. Solarson,
Look at Fozy.
8K. And I was about to say, look at Fozy. Fozy, a tried and true 2v2 champion in his region, man. Teaming with Gali, winning many championships together, man. He is a demon, as you can see. 4 gold medals to his name. 2 with Sarmay as well. 2 with Sarmay also has 2 gold medals to his name. So this, like you said, this is going to be very interesting.
I will say though, before Fozy actually teamed with Godly, he actually did team with Sarmay, and they actually won a couple championships. Those 2 gold medals that Sarmay has was with Fozy.
Okay.
I think it was like Steel Series championship last year, if I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure it is, but just saying, these 2 absolutely wild team, and this, I'm very excited to see these 2 team again. These 2 have been like some of my favorite teams, and just a random thing, I know it means literally nothing, but I have 2 million channel points on the Brawlhalla Twitch channel because of these 2.
That's insane, bro.
Because
That's
of these
insane.
2.
What? That's insane.
Like, I bet 250k. Oh, well, actually, we stopped there. We stopped there. But I have a lot of channel points because of those 2. But again, you can't sleep on Viper and Solarson. They also have had some really, really good tournament placements. They're also a team that used to team together, split apart, and then they're coming back again, probably because some other teams split up. EU mentality, everyone's like looking for teammate.
Right.
Yeah.
Valencia's coming up, man. This is gonna be really good practice, man. Yeah. That's why I love these moves, man. To get your practice in, practice your legend picks, with some real tournament practice with money on the line before this very important line coming up.
Yeah, and it's going to be so sick to watch. I'm so excited to watch DreamHack Valencia. Do you think Valencia is going to be the ones land that Europe wins? Do you think?
Honestly, no.
I mean, I looked.
Honestly, yeah.
I looked at like the attendee list. It's like 90% Europe.
Right.
Like everyone's Europe. You get the occasional like Impala and Luna, but like everyone else European players. And I feel like the power of like home field advantage kind of thing,
sure.
you know? I feel like Europe could get that.
No, I agree. I think Gali has a strong chance to take that for sure. Players like him, you know, the strong EU players for sure have a strong chance to take that. But I'm not sure, man. You have these hungry South American players just ready to take all these lands, it looks like, as of lately, man. Shout out to boy Hughes, yeah.
That's true. You're right. Hughes has been going wild. Top Gun.
The Maverick, yeah, the pilot,
yeah.
He's flying that vector for sure.
But now, as we get into this next game, we got Fozy and Sarmay in the lobby right now, but we're just waiting for Viper and Solarson to get in here. But I'm super excited to see this matchup. Have these two fought in they have once. Okay. Oh, actually, I didn't. Why didn't I remember that? The Steel Series Invitational, 2022. It was like April 2022 Steel Series Invitational. These two actually fought in tourney, and it went 3-1 in favor of Fozy and Sarmay. Like I said, Fozy and Sarmay, they won the tourney. Viper and Solarson actually got third.
Okay.
So
that's solid.
That's a big placement there. So like this is Clash of Titans. Okay, these are two absolutely insane players, and honestly, it's gonna be really interesting how this match is gonna end up. I'm looking at these stats here. Fozy is PR3 in doubles, and dude, I'm just like, he's PR3, Sarmay's PR17. Everyone's like scattered around the place when it comes to PR. But no matter what happens, I know this is going to be a really good match to watch.
Definitely, man, definitely. I'm looking at the character selection right now, and I'm kind of surprised because I'm used to seeing Fozy with the Lance. But as of right now, he might change it, but I see him on the Zarya right now, which is interesting because he's usually on that Orion or some type of Lance Legend as a baby.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
wow.
I think they're trolling.
They must have heard something, you know? Either way, Fozy does play a lot of Zarya.
Facts, you know, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fozy is like one of the, hey, you guys should definitely like play this character. I hope you guys realize how insane this character actually is in 2v2s. The amount of bow and sigs I see coming out of this man, like I just see it out of nowhere. He just throws out a bow and sig and it hits like immediately, and it's an immediate team combo coming straight from that.
Kit, though, for sure, especially the 2v2, man. I love his stats too. Zara has one of my favorite stat spreads in the game, except his speed, man. If he had a little more speed, I would really like his stat spread. But I love the defense. I like that tap power, man. I wish he had one more speed, man. But let's get straight into it, man. Game 1.
Fozy and Sarmay versus Viper and Solarson. We touched down on Small Apocalypse. And enough of talking about Fozy. Let's talk about Sarmay for a second. Like I said, he won those 2 tournaments with Fozy, but I have seen this man's gameplay, and he is a menace with Scythe. Absolute demon with Scythe. He goes for so many insane plays off the side of the stage. Okay, well, I guess we're stopping talking about Sarmay. What happened to the side of the stage? I didn't even see what happened.
Fozy just went insane. Hit him with the ground pound, took him off stage, did not let him recover to the stage, taking that stall, making short work of that first start, man, giving his team a crazy lead to start this game number 1.
Incredible job coming. Oh, good follow-up coming out from Viper. Going for the side to gang the KO onto Sarmay and bringing the game relatively even. Nice end light to GC D-Sig follow-up coming from Sarmay there. And now they're going to their separate 1v1s on the side of the stage. But, oh, they caught... Ooh, good. I can't tell if that was a good save or not. Because...
he almost had both of them in a team combo. That would have been extremely dangerous.
You're right about that. Nice down air. Going for the end save.
Okay,
he's alive. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He makes up for it.
No.
He's gonna catch him,
like
nice.
I said, bow and sig follow-up's easy.
For sure. Sami says you throw it, I catch it. Man, I'm really interested. I got my eye on Sami right now because, you know, Scythe is not one of the weapons you see too often in 2v2, and I like to see how it's played by different players in this 2v2 scene because it's more of a 1v1 weapon, but it can be played in 2v2s for sure. But there goes Sarmay right now, 2-1, 2-1. Both teams completely even right now.
Yeah, like I said, even though the PR spread was a little bit spread out from like 3 to like 60 something, this match was going to be even. These two have played with each other and against each other like a couple of times. So seeing them in here fighting against each other, this is definitely a sight to see. It's been over a year though.
Yeah,
so
this is neck and neck, like you said, man. This is almost dead even. There
What
goes one. Wow, man, he's catching everything.
I'm telling you, dude.
Yes.
Zariel's insane.
For sure, his SIGs are so good for the 2v2 setups, man. Sarmay is literally catching everything that Fozy is throwing at him.
Yeah, and this is just interesting.
Oh my
The
God.
ground pound. Solarson's out. And Sarmay just getting insane lance strings onto Viper.
Yeah, for sure. Fozy putting in work with Gauntlets all game, man. He just
Oh, no.
SDs,
God. He doesn't even care.
Yeah.
He's the type of player to just like not care if he just randomly SDs when
They
going for
can
high
afford
play.
it.
He can afford it.
Yeah, for sure. They earn that extra credit. They can afford it. But game
Wow.
one, Fozy and Sarmay, man, they took control. The last stocks at the end. It was a pretty even game until that last minute of the game. They really took control of the game, you know. Let's see if Viper and his teammate can adapt in this game number 2, though. Not wasting any time on the legend picks, going with the same legends straight into the map bins. We'll see which map we're gonna play for game number 2 here.
Yeah, and like even though it did go down to like, you know, maybe it was a like 2-stock finish there.
Right.
Most of that game, that was an incredibly close.
Dead even. Right.
Yeah.
It was
Viper and
yeah.
Solarson were like not too far behind Fozy and Sarmay.
At some points
like,
they were even ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, at some points they were actually even ahead, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how these games would go. I'm thinking that Viper and Solarson will take at least a game.
I think so too.
I feel like they
agree.
can do that.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my God, is he gonna steal his stock? He makes it back. That would have been very dangerous if he got that extra there. Does he catch it? Every time, man. The Zariel SIGs, they're such a beautiful setup too, man. Sarmay sees it. As soon as he sees that Zariel SIG,
Oh no, is he making that?
No.
Oh,
he
the
gave
nair.
it to him. That's insane, man. That's insane.
Dude, this offstage interaction, I am very scared. Oh,
I love
who
it.
does that? Who other than Sarmay? Okay, well,
Oh.
who other than Sarmay does that at that point? Like, you're about to fall, you're about to die. If you don't like use your entire like kit trying to move forward, you will die. No, you turn around and down air and get the kill anyways.
Not able to escape from that side SIG right there. Nice air coming in. Okay, putting in work with the lance, Sarmay. I see you.
Yeah, dude. Sarmay, being the only player here remaining on 3 stocks, his position right now. Okay, well, Fozy doesn't care. Fozy doesn't care.
He said, man, you're not going to be the only one on 3 stocks, man. Come down to 2 with me.
How dare you be a stock ahead of me? Nah, I'm doing myself. Oh my goodness,
Oh my
these.
God. I love that SIG. That's my favorite SIG in this kit because it's also like a nice recovery tool. I love it. If you get it off stage, puts the other opponent in such danger.
I love it when you hit it off the side of the stage and you hit it against like the slope, so it sends him like straight down.
Down, yeah, for sure.
But Fozy. I spam that whenever I play Zariel. Fozy obviously knows when to actually go for the move. So this is why Fozy is the Zariel in 2s, because he knows what to do.
Props to Viper, man. Viper's been on that last stock for a minute now, and he's still in the yellow. Like, he's holding on to that stock as he should, making sure that his team stays in this game right here. Could go either way, man. The stocks are dead even though he loses that stock. Artemis is in the red.
Yeah, like I said, these games have been getting incredibly close. No matter who it is, you can't completely tell who's going to win the match. The side air coming out from Solarson gets the KO onto Sarmay. Fozy left in the 2v1 against Viper, and Solarson goes to float off top of the stage to make sure he doesn't get into a team combo, and Sarmay with the scythe on hand trying to trying to separate Solarson from Viper so that I can go for the
Wow.
1v1 and gets the ground
Wow.
pound, and he is done for. Sarmay with the ground pound kills off Solarson off the side of the stage, and now this is a very well,
Amazing.
yeah. What did I say?
Yeah. That last stock situation where it was 1-1, 1-1, they split it to 1v1s. It was insane, and Sarmay he exploded on that left side, man. That was insane. What a sight, man. Well played.
Everyone was around 300, 380 damage. Nah, Sarmay 550,
yeah.
bro. He was going absolutely insane. Everyone goes and says that Fozy is the best 2v2 player in Europe, in the world right now, and they're probably right. But like, Sarmay pops off.
For sure. I like the way they separated that last stock situation to like 1v1s. Like I said, he just went crazy with that cypher, and he made sure that Solarson was unable to recover. I hope we see a game, at least a game 4, right? I hope so, man. I don't want to see it sleep, but we might see one, right?
Praying,
yeah.
hoping.
Fozy and Sarmay looking really strong, but these games have been winnable, man. For Red Team, this is possible, man. It's not impossible the way these games have been looking.
Yeah, dude, and look, Viper and Solarson just need to like get a lead and maintain it as long as possible. Fozy and Sarmay, the moment they get like any sort of lead, they've been like doing good with like maintaining that lead and making sure that Viper and Solarson are always a slight bit behind them whenever they're fighting. But now it's game. It's set. It's their tournament game right. Oh my
gosh, she saw me. He saw it, man. He saw it. He followed up on Fozy's side there. Came in with the side shake. No dodge to be found. He came in for the kill, man. That was beautiful.
Dude came straight in for the KO. And Sarmay, dude, you were just mentioning how Scythe is not a weapon that you would expect to see, you know, in 2v2s. Yeah, Sarmay makes it work. He just stuff goes out there. He throws a down air. It's bound to hit somebody.
For sure. Nah,
he hits an air again. It's bound to hit somebody.
Yeah, he's doing a great job using the weapon to his strengths, you know, dragging the opponent across stage, getting gimps like he did on that last game in the last stock. I like his lands too, though, man. His lands. Don't sleep on his lands too, man.
Yeah, his lands has been doing a lot of work on both of these players.
He's been putting in pain with it.
Yeah, Viper trying to get any sort of damage onto Sarmay as they're the healthier one on the red team. They're trying to do something with the sword. Finally manages to land the double side air onto Fozy, passing him off to Solarson. But Solarson. Ooh, good follow-up from Viper, catching onto Fozy's mistake. And now they maintain the lead. Okay, wow. Okay, come on. Like I said, Viper, Solarson, if you guys maintain a slightly... Oh! Solarson, no! Oh,
still winnable, still winnable.
Still winnable. Definitely still winnable. They have to get a quick kill onto Fozy and get Sarmay out as quickly as possible. That is how they win. That's the win condition. Okay, Solarson knows. Solarson knows.
If they get Sarmay out of there, this is easy money, man. They got this, man. I believe in them.
Dancing.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, and okay, good side stick in the other direction to make sure Fozy goes away from Sarmay as quickly as possible so that they could possibly get this KO, but not yet. Sarmay has to stay alive as long as possible. Nice Sarah into Nair follow-up from Viper, getting as much damage as he can. Now he is one good signature away from getting this KO. But the side stick and Solarson's out!
It's looking like we're gonna see 1v1 maybe, hopefully.
Maybe?
Hopefully. Right now, man, Val with his back against D-War right now. He's in the red. This is looking extremely dangerous territory for him right now. He cannot take any setup attack right now. Because you already know, man, if Fozy hits him with the Sig, he's gone. Just like that.
Oh, the end Sig.
Just like that. 3-0 in favor of Fozy and Sarmay, man. Congratulations. Clean sweep coming in, but well played, man. Well played. 3-0 doesn't tell the whole story. You guys fought hard, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, dude, that was a good set. Even if it was a 3-0, like every match was really close, and it could have gone to any way. But nah, Fozy and Sarmay, they just persevere, they persist through it, and now they are moving on to the losers quarterfinals to fight against Chandra Baguette Senpai. Love that name, such a long name that I can't even see his teammate's name. Chandra and Heartbleed, which is going to be a very interesting set to see. But that means Viper and Solarson, as hard as they fought, they are out at 7th place, which is still really nice. Still a good placement. But Fozy and Sarmay, man, they're just too insane with it. They're just too insane.
No, definitely, for sure. Not too very familiar with these players up and coming. I will see the stats page when it does come up, but I definitely am excited to see it. They're here for a reason, man. This is top 8 of Munir, man. They're not here for no reason. They definitely skillful players, and I'm excited, man. I'm really excited.
I'm excited to see this match. This match is going to be a fun match because it's Pavelski.
Oh no, I thought we played the other match first. No, I know who these guys are. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Guys,
It's Pavelski and XJ Cool J.
Right.
You know, XJ Cool J wasn't a name that you'd think is among the top of the top like a year ago, but he's definitely insane. Do not sleep on the man. And they're going against Coco and Delta, who are also 2v2 menaces. So I'm not exactly sure how this match would go.
Super interesting, man. As you can see, Pavelski having 42K earnings, but the only gold on the board, as you can see, is to Delta. So
yeah, dude.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes, man. You know, I've been watching Pavelski on YouTube for a long time. XJ Cool J, new young up and coming, man. Met him at Dream Night Dallas, really cool guy. And I just saw Coco and Delta go insane in that last set, man. So I'm really excited. We got some crazy players in the lobby right now. This would be a good one for
sure. Nothing. Never mind. Yeah. And honestly, I'm kind of excited to see this match. Pavelski and XJ Cool J. I remember in a tournament earlier, they teamed together. First time they teamed together, they got 4th place. No one was expecting them to get 4th place, but they got 4th place. And they beat some really, really insane players to make it to that place. But you never know with Coco and Delta. Coco and Delta, they're also a very insane team. And I'm seeing 3 Brins on my screen right now.
A whole lot of action in these sets, man. We've been seeing a lot of
3 Brins and an Algrim.
Yeah, I've noticed in the EU scene, I'm seeing a lot of Algrim, man. A lot of Axe and a lot of Lance, man. Those are like the top 2 weapons I've really seen in this scene. I haven't seen a single Onyx, which is crazy to me, man. I've seen a Luke, but not a single Onyx here. So we'll see, though. We'll see, man. They're here for a reason, like I said, man. You can see
we didn't see a single Onyx yet.
Nah, yeah.
Everyone's used to seeing the, you know,
Luke
the
and
NA,
Onyx.
Maiden Experience,
yeah.
Snowy and Luna, the how the Chronix works there, but
right.
Nah,
not sure about you. This is my first EU
bread.
tournament I've watched, like besides like a major, you know. So this is definitely fun for me.
Dude. Yeah, EU definitely has a culture to it, but they're still insane no matter what characters they pick.
Yeah. Right now, man, pretty even game so far. Whole lot of swinging from the Axe, man. I love the sounds, man, I can hear with these Axe, though, right now. Nothing too crazy on the board right now. Both teams, 1 player in the orange. Ooh, he tried to get him with the ground foul all the way off stage, but nope, not gonna happen. Hits him with the recovery, recovers back to stage.
Ooh, all right. So Delta and Coco maintaining a very slight lead for game 1 of this set. And nice follow-up from Delta off that Lance and Light. There's one thing I forgot to mention with Coco and Delta. These two, they're parts of the... Okay, they're both players of teams that are considered some of the best in Europe. But they're not with the teammate that they usually are with. I don't know if this is a like newly formed team that they're gonna stick with doing this, But Coco and Delta, or I know Delta at least, Delta and TM, they won a major tournament and are a consistent top 8 team. Coco and Spyrox, I don't think they've won a tournament before, but also a very consistent top 8 team.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's something I didn't know. That's nice to point out. Okay, nice NC to get the kill. Right now, man, the stock lead in favor of blue team, but both players are in the red, so this really could go either way right now. Kills are necessary right now for red team. They need to get a kill ASAP, man, if they want to close this game out. Blue team piling up the damage.
Follow-up. Damn, even though Pavelski and XJ Cool J were a slight bit behind going that first stock, now all of a sudden they've brought it back even, and even a slight bit in their own lead. Ooh, going deep for the ground pound.
Okay.
XJ Cool J still manages to survive, being the one player left on 2 stocks here, trying to get that follow-up. Gets the end-sig onto Delta, nearly taking him off of his last stock before XJ even loses his second.
Again? He keeps going for
Dude,
the
he is
sidelight
not
reverse
dying.
save.
He is not done. There we go. Finally, the end light will get that KO onto XJ Cool J, but now he is completely healthy on his last stock.
There you go. That's gonna be it, man.
Dude.
Yeah. With the outro, man. Okay, XJ, I see you. Nah, that was beautiful gameplay coming in. They turned the tides. It wasn't looking too good from at the very beginning, but they kept their head in the game, you know, turned around the game, took that game 1 to start the series, man. Let's see what's gonna happen, because as you can see, that was extremely close, man. Honestly, that could have went in red team's favor, but blue team ultimately locking in, taking that first game. So I'm really interested to see this game number 2. Are we gonna see a legend swap? I don't think so.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't. It seemed to have worked, so maybe they could stick on to it, but it was also really close. Like Coco and Delta, they were behind, but they were not too far behind, you know?
Yeah. Pavelski, last one to lock in right here. Is he gonna be the one to switch? Even though he won the game, that'd be very interesting, man.
We'll see. He picked Bryn last game, but if we remember seeing from his winners semifinal set against Cressu and Blue, he actually locked in the cross, which actually he also has a level 100 cross that I completely forgot about.
I was gonna say I love his cross. Yeah, I was gonna say his cross is amazing, man.
Yeah,
right,
but
double
it seems
again.
he's sticking to it. He's sticking to it. It worked last time. I'm not really like surprised that he stuck onto it, but now we're going into game 2. Again, match with 3 Brins and an all
4 axes on the screen
4 axes.
again. Yeah. Whole lot of chopping about to happen. All right, let's get into it. Demon Island, game number 2.
They're gonna chop down those trees.
In the background.
Yep.
That's too funny, man. Okay.
Ooh, nice Nair Cider coming out from Pavelski as they start off on this game. All right, now XJ Cool J trying to maneuver around and get that N-Sig onto Delta, but manages to land it onto Coco, turns around, gets the N-Light onto Delta, and then he's trying to get any sort of damage he can, trying to go for the D-Sig. Pavelski cancels him out of it with a Cider, the dare off the side of the stage. D-Sig would have been the KO if it managed to land on Delta, but no. XJ still alive. The D-Sig coming out from Pavelski. We'll get that KO on. Oh my goodness. What kind of like brainwave telekinesis, telepathy did I just see there? He was like, yeah, keep going. I got it. Don't worry about it. He just like dodges out of the way, knowing that Delta wouldn't move.
Nah, I love seeing stuff like that too, because like you said, like that had to be like telepathy, because they don't have too much time. Them situations are lightning fast. They really don't have time to be like, yo, I'm gonna go get the full combo. I'm not gonna extend, you know. So that was really nice.
I'm going for the Sarah. You better dodge or die. Like, you better dodge or get out.
A whole lot of chemistry, man. I love to see stuff like that.
Yeah, and Delta down to his last stock already in this matchup, trying to get any sort of damage he can, any sort of kill. I would say, yeah, Coco and you, go for XJ Cool J, even out the stocks, make it even on both sides, and immediately get that KO on to Pavelski. And even though it looked like Delta was one behind, now it's just Coco that's ahead. Everyone's even now.
That axe recovery killed so early. That was huge. Nice CC and like coming in.
Dude, they're just going absolutely wild. Delta is getting really damaged, and he does have to watch out, but Coco is incredibly healthy. Everyone's the amount of sidelight stairs that Coco is hitting is crazy.
There we
and the
go.
D-light side air.
Okay.
Coco and
insane.
Delta
600 damage coming in from Coco, man. Coco was tearing them up, putting in pain for the blue team, man.
Absolutely cooking everybody right now. He's just insane like that.
That recovery kill was huge, man. Huge.
Yeah, man, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this matchup will go. Pavelski and XJ Cool J sticking on to the double Bren. All right, they're going to wait until they're down a game. Wait until the other team is one more win away from winning the set before he maybe switches that character. Or maybe he's really confident in the double Bren. I mean, it has been working really well. So maybe it's the pick, maybe it's not. Who knows?
For sure. Unfortunately, he was only able to put in 260 damage last game. But like you said, he's still confident enough to keep going with that legend. So I'm interested. They did play very well that first game. So like you said, this is really going to be the telltale game right here, where to go from after this. Right now, man, red team just piling up, slowly inching away, getting himself a lead. But stock potential coming in from blue team, and it comes.
Yo, I want to quickly shout out to Delta. He had to dodge and maneuver around 2 spear weapon throws coming at light speed off the side of the stage. And he did, apparently. And that I don't know why, that kind of impressed me. I was like, wow, okay, great.
Oh, man, blue team needed that, man, because they were behind in the damage game. But stock game is really what counts at the end of the day. Okay,
yeah, and now both of them going into their separate 1v1s on the side of the stage. Delta versus Pavelski, Coco versus XJ Cool J, and a good dodge coming out from Coco as they switch sides, and the haymaker coming out from Coco, getting that stock off of XJ. And now Coco still alive, trying to get this KO onto Pavelski, but he is still alive. Coco, you're just insane. Yo, what is this man on?
He is not
this
letting
lance
go
is
of that
wild.
star.
There we
There
go.
it goes.
Okay.
They had to rip that one from him. He was not letting go, man.
Dude, Coco's genuinely like some different menace on Lance right now. He's just been absolutely cooking everyone in the game. Doesn't matter if it's his teammate or not. Like, he will go absolutely insane with the Lance. He has it picked up again. Going for the side air, on this other side. He's been doing really good with target switching. I will say that. Like, he'll get any sort of hit onto Pavelski. Like, without XJ noticing, he'll switch over and try and get the kill. But, oh, dude. Oh, dude. Delta's already out for the count. The D-Light side air, and it's now 3 stocks to 1 for Pavelski and XJ Cool J.
This is looking like Blue Game's game to take right here, man. I mean, is he gonna 1v3 unarmed? Don't tell me. Yo, it's Bruce Lee right here. Macho Man.
Okay, trying his absolute best. I will give you that effort. Nice D-Sig, okay. I will say Coco's last effort here is if he manages to get a gimp on. Actually, I just realized what I said and realized how essentially impossible that would. Yeah. How essentially impossible that would be. I was about to say get a gimp on Pavelski when Pavelski's the one that gimps everyone. Yeah. But
hey, man, no, you gotta respect it. He didn't jump off. He fought that one through. He didn't give up, man. He stayed on the team or on the map. Made sure not to give him a free one. Maybe learn a little bit what he can. I like that, though. You gotta respect it when they put up a fight, man.
Yeah, now the set is 2-1.
Yes, sir.
Right. 2-1 in the favor of Pavelski and XJ Cool J against Coco and Delta. But from what I'm seeing, I think Coco and Delta have it in them to bring this to game 5.
I agree for sure. Like I said, like if you look at the last games, red team has been winning in the damage game, but blue team has been doing a better job of cleaning up these stocks when they need to, and that's ultimately winning these games. Again, blue team in a damage deficit. Not too big right now, but starting to grow.
Yeah, you can see Delta is trying his absolute best to stay alive as long as possible, trying to be there to get these follow-ups for Coco on the lands, but he is still not done yet. XJ Cool J going down to a second stock, and the side air from Coco puts Pavelski down to a second stock. And now the game is looking a lot more in Coco and Delta's favor.
Definitely. Right now, they need a KO immediately right now. They need to stay in this game. They're already taking damage, going into the orange. There we go. There goes one. What? The demon himself, Coco, not letting go of these stocks, man. He's been putting in pain,
Coco
staying alive.
refuses,
Yeah, he is not going down without a fight, man.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Wait, there's no way we're gonna see a 5-stock to 2 lead. We just might, to be fair. XJ Cool J down to his last stock when Coco's still on his third. Still on his
there
first.
It goes.
It took his teammate to take him out. And the end light coming from Delta,
He'll
taking
take
that
his.
second stock off of Pavelski. And now, this is a very good lead coming out from Delta and Coco here.
I'm all for it, man. I want to see this game 5, man. Red team, keep it going, man. Keep the pain coming, man. Put blue team in the corner, man. I want to see this game number 5, man. Right now, red team playing like they want to move on to the advance.
What a good like turnaround. He did a side light, ran back a little bit, and hit a recovery.
Bro, Coco was on yellow on his second start. Like,
oh, we were talking about Coco? Did you see how much
6'9",
damage Delta
yes,
did?
bro, yes.
Yeah, Delta turned up.
Delta went crazy, put in pain. Coco,
Delta's like, yeah, I'm not throwing anymore. I'm not losing my stocks immediately anymore. I'm putting in work. Stop sleeping on me, bro. It's like, it's my turn to shine.
I really wonder how much damage Coco took, man. Coco literally was yellow on his second stock. And on his first stock, his teammate killed him. So it's like, really, how much damage did the other team do to him, bro? I think they did less than 200 damage to him. Had to have been.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just excited we're going to a game 5.
Game 5, yeah.
Game
yes,
5, dude.
Game number 5, man.
Coco
Who you got
and
winning,
Delta.
man? Call it. You got any predictions?
Ooh, gotta be biased for a little bit.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not gonna lie. My heart is saying Pavelski and XJ Cool J. But from what I'm seeing, my brain's like Coco and Delta. You guys are wild.
That's well said. That's exactly how I'm feeling. My heart, come on, man. Pavelski, Cool J, y'all gotta take this. But brain, I'm thinking, not gonna lie, the way Coco and Delta been playing, they're looking like they got momentum in their favor too. We'll see though. Anything can happen, man. I'm excited.
Put your predictions in the chat. If y'all are Pavelski enthusiasts in chat, just, I don't know, put something in chat. But just show your support in chat right now. We're going to a game 5, and this is to decide who goes on to the top 4 of the bracket. Oh, wait.
No way.
What a turnaround.
No
a Delta.
way.
Oh, okay, he made it back. He made it back. Oh my goodness. I saw a GCD leg coming out from Pavelski, and I thought that was going to be Pavelski's kill there. And then Delta jumped and ground pounded, killed Pavelski, and then almost got the kill on XJ Cool J.
Coco has activated
What
Alter
is
Instinct
going
these
on?
past 3 games. He is not taking no damage from the other team, man. It's literally all coming from his teammate. He's
Dude,
refusing to
Delta
go
is
down.
Coco and Delta, both of them are just doing absolutely insane. We've had moments where Coco was shining. The sideline side airs coming from Coco, and then we've had moments when Delta is just shining, going absolutely wild. Pavelski and XJ Cool J, they're struggling to make it. They're struggling to make it back. The ground pound. Oh my goodness. Like, Pavelski bringing this 2 stocks even for both of these sides.
This is so tough.
They're both really damaged though. They're both
This
really
is so tough, man. Every time blue team has been losing, it's been pretty handily, if I do say so. When blue teams are winning, it's been extremely close. But let's see if they can pull off another close one here. They're gonna need it. They gotta take some stocks ASAP without going down.
Okay, they're doing really good though.
For sure.
All right, they got them down to orange. Like, keep in mind, Pavelski and actually Cool J, they were on red for incredibly long.
That was huge.
Oh,
That was huge.
oh, the weapon throw. But okay, this is winnable. This is now winnable for Pavelski and actually Cool J. Like Coco and Delta, they had the lead. This is now very winnable for Pavelski and actually Cool J.
They get Delta out the way. This is definitely winnable.
This is looking good. But we got to see though, okay? Because like I said, Coco and Delta just been going wild. The lance on Coco, doing a bunch of damage. Both Pavelski and XJ Cool J are on red. Nice N-Sig, bringing Coco down to his last stock.
Can we get a team combo?
No!
What just
Pavelski
happened?
doesn't make it back. He
What just
accidentally drifts
happened?
off to the side. And it.
No!
Ooh, wait a minute. Okay. XJ Cool J. Nice dare.
Oh
Nice side air.
gosh.
That's it. That's it. The moment he hit that side light, he knew he was ready for a follow-up. Coco and Delta. Oh my goodness.
That was so winnable too, but ultimately, man, Coco and Delta taking that, man. What a performance, man. That was a crazy set. Crazy set, man. Game 5. What more can you ask for, man? That was crazy.
Dude, they're just absolutely wild. And that means Coco and Delta are moving on to the top 4 side of things to fight the winner of this next upcoming set, which should be pretty interesting, which is Fozy and Sarmay versus Chandra and Heartbleed. But wow, Coco and Delta, man. I know Coco and Delta are insane, but like in my head it's like, it's just Coco and Delta. They can do this. Nah. I slept on them, and I shouldn't have slept on them. They are just insane. Like I said, my heart was with Pavelski.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, your brain knew though. Your brain knew.
The brain knew though that they're just wild.
Yeah, that was a good pick for sure. They just were playing extremely well, man. You can't take it from them. They were playing too amazing, man. When they were winning, they were really winning, and like the games that blue team were winning, Pavelski and Cool J, very close, man. They were even losing on the damage when they won, but that was an insane set. And we might have another one right here, man. We got Fozy and Sarmay. We just saw how they played in their other set extremely well. I'm excited to see Desario, excited to see Sarmay's side again. And then we got, who is this? Heartbleed and Chandra Baguette Senpai.
Yeah,
his name is so tiny, it's so long, man.
I'm excited that I get to cast a Chandra set because, you know, I can't really say that, but Chandra is not known as one of the really top players, but holy is he entertaining to watch. At least in ones, Mirage main, Scythe goes crazy, his spear goes crazy. I host Galaxy Cup, Chandra plays in a lot of them, and I've seen some absolutely insane players coming out from Chandra in Galaxy Cups and community tournaments just in general. Chandra is absolutely insane, and Heartbleed's also like a really good player. These two, they've been teaming together for a very long time. They know how to work with each other.
I'll take your vouch for it. I haven't seen him before, but just off your vouch, man, I'm gonna take it, man. I'm excited, man. Like I said, so they're here for a reason too. Just off that too, but I'm really excited to see Chandra. Long name. Let's see what he can do. You would think he's by himself on the team with how long his name is. Oh my god.
Okay, well, wow.
10 seconds into the game and he's gone.
But then again,
God, the NC.
You know, Chandra Heartbleed, they're a team that's been teaming together for a while. But they're against Fozy and Sarmay. And Fozy and Sarmay is, well, Fozy and Sarmay.
Right.
Oh my good, wait, was that a side sig into a follow-up, like, gauntlet sidelight recovery? Who does that?
He's not taking damage.
He's just, yeah, you're right. He's just not taking any damage. Oh, never mind. He's dead. He's done.
No save? Nope, not enough.
Nah, he's not making that.
Yeah, he's not letting him come back. They had to make sure that.
Heartbleed. Oh my goodness.
Okay, there's still a game. We still got a game, folks.
Man, Sarmay and Fozy are going absolutely wild. Both Chandra is on super deep red. This Artemis pick coming out from Sarmay, I haven't seen much of it, but it's clearly going absolutely. But it doesn't seem to be working yet. Nice side air. They're doing a good job bringing this relatively even. But the side sig and the side sig from Fozy taking off Heartbleed. The side sig from Sarmay taking off Chandra. And now Chandra and Heartbleed on their last stocks. But they've done a really good job to bring this even. And just a couple more hits and Fozy and Sarmay would be in the same spot.
Exactly, man. The way the blue team started this game, you would have think they would have completely ran with it. But this game is a lot closer than you would have think after seeing that opening. Just like that. One gone. Is the other one gonna follow? No, he came back. That's last three. But nah, look at the damage. Look at the stocks. This is winnable for red team, despite that intro by blue team. This is extremely winnable.
Never. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, that was huge.
Leave it to Sarmay to completely turn around.
All right, now good follow-ups. I love the SIGs, man. You gotta love it, man.
I love these two players because, like, you saw Fozy charging up that end sig, and Sarmay knew that there was a good chance he would. Oh my God! Stop!
Wow! Wow!
Wow!
Wow!
What a game one, dude! What a game one! Sarmay and Fozy. Sarmay's just been popping off the entire stream, the entire time.
He's stylish
what is this
too,
replay?
man.
He side airs, like catches the dodge for the recovery. Side airs into the stage.
This is my first time watching him. He's super stylish. I like his play style, man. I like this type of plays he goes for, the way he isolates the 1v1s. That extra side air that he really didn't even need to go for at the end to the recovery. You gotta love it, man.
Dude, these two are just insane. Again, super happy these two are teaming again. But wait, are these two teaming for Valencia? Does anyone in chat know if Sarmay and Fozy are teaming for Valencia? Are these like, is this the main team now? Because what I remember is
I know Godly's with knees though.
Godly's with knees.
Yeah.
I think Fozy did switch to teaming with Sarmay again. I don't remember who Sarmay teamed with.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh no. No. No.
Not both of them.
He makes
Not
it. He makes it. Good dare. That was a God save there.
That was mandatory save right there. Fortunately, he wasn't able to bring his teammate with him. Down one stock. Blue team not taking any damage. It's looking like game one all over again.
Yeah, man. And this has just been going absolutely insane. From the side of Fozy and Sarmay, Chandra is taking way too much damage right now. And from what I'm seeing, he's about to be down another stock.
Oh my gosh. They're not even in the red yet. And 3 stocks already gone.
Dude, leave Chandra alone, bro. What has this man done to you?
Blue team has been so strong in these openings of these games, bro. This is unreal.
Alright, Fozy falls to his death at least. They're trying to get the KO onto Sarmay, the down air from Heartbleed.
I'm going off stage with Sarmay.
I would not go off stage with Sarmay. That is one of the last things you ever want to do.
Nice recovery. Oh man. Chandra being on his last. This is extremely dangerous.
Oh no!
He's gone.
No! He almost had the save, but no. Heartbleed left in the 2v1 in game 2 of the set. 2 stocks to 3, and the team combo makes it 1 stock to 3.
Sarmay says, you throw it, I catch it, bro. He picks up every single one of them follow-ups, man. He does not drop those.
Oh my,
oh my God.
Okay, Heartbleed. All right, fine. 1, 2, 3. Will we go for 4? I don't know. Oh, okay, nice dodge. I can tell that they're going for a team combo. That was a good job though. You know, whoa! Heartbleed's doing really good. Oh no.
Oh wow.
I get scared every time I hear that end sig. because
Yeah,
I know.
he's putting a lot of pain, taking relatively no damage. He's right now, I think that's it. Yeah. Look at the outro. Ooh,
Okay, that was clean.
spicy.
That was
I like
fire.
that.
That was fire. The two
Yo.
sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was heat. Okay. The little drip tag at the end. Okay. Up 2-0 though right now. Fozy, Sarmay, and they are putting in pain at the beginning of these games, man. Red team, they need to keep it together at the very beginning because for some reason, it's toward the end of the games where they start getting the grip. But if they maintain at the beginning, they might have a chance, man. They just need to not go down on white at the very beginning without putting in any damage. They need to make sure that they stay in, put in some damage, you know, maybe even take a stock, take a lead. They just got to make sure they don't get gimped and bodied at the very beginning.
There's one thing I always say whenever I commentate Europe tourneys and I see Sarmay. And that one thing is, if you go off stage with Sarmay, you're done. That's that you lose. There's no winning that. You lose.
I literally just know this is my first time watching him. I'm seeing that, man, for sure. Sarmay, he's a force to be reckoned with off stage. Fozy too with the gauntlets, but man, bro, you love to see it, bro. Love to see it. Game number 3, red team back against the wall. Can they do it? Will we see a game 4, potentially 5?
They got to turn up if they want to make this game 4. Like Fozy and Sarmay have just been putting in too much work. Oh wait, they might be already. They might know that like they want to take a game.
It's looking a lot better already.
Yeah,
so far it's been 10 seconds. No stocks gone in the first 10 seconds. On top of that, we already have a blue player in the red too.
They're doing really well already right from the start. Chandra's trying to show his true Scythe demon powers.
I want to see it.
Oh, but Sarmay gets the ground. Like I said, go off stage, you're done. But nice recovery from Heartbleed. Getting that recovery KO onto Sarmay. And could you believe it? Chandra and Heartbleed have a lead.
It's insane though. This lead should be a little bit bigger, but man, he went off stage with Sarmay. He lost that lead no, he didn't lose the lead, but he lost as big of a lead as it should be. That Lance ground pound really took the lead, a chunk of that lead.
Oh, he
Fozy's
knew!
gone.
He knew!
Yo.
Oh, Heartbleed, you are insane. He knew what was coming. He even jumped for it. He knew that Ensig was gonna come. You know how the Zariel moves up a little bit, and he got the D-like ground pound off of that. Wow. But Chandra, down to his last stock from the ground pound from Fozy. He's got to stay alive. Like I said, if you are down into 2v2, you are pivotal to the 2v2. Okay, you need to stay alive as long as possible.
Oh my gosh, bro. Fozy's ground pounds at the next level.
Chandra knew Heartbleed was in danger. He was like, I got you. We'll use the power of friendship.
Yo, they need a little more friendship, man. They need a little more friendship. Their backs against the wall right now. Game is looking pretty even.
Down air.
Nice
ground
oh
pound, Chandra!
The classic.
And they have the lead yet again in this matchup. They want to bring this to game 5 as soon as they can. Oh, Heartbleed. I was hoping you'd go for like a side tick follow-up there. Yeah, they're definitely moving around each other a lot more.
Oh my gosh. Sarmay in the red right now, but you know how they do, man.
The D-Sig, he's not dead yet. But Sarmay is the very unhealthiest one in the table right now. This is looking very good for Chandra Heartbleed to take a game against Fozy and Sarmay. They're trying their absolute hardest.
Oh, don't go off stage with her. Don't do it.
Sarmay.
Don't do it.
Okay, but nice down air, and he DI'd. He knew. It was true, so he DI'd out of it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
You can't let Fozy win this.
Fozy. Ah! Okay, they're taking a game. Chandra and Heartbleed. They taking a game against Sarmay and Fozy. The set is not over yet.
Don't count them out.
And I realize now, I forgot to say this at the start of stream, but these two have fought in the bracket earlier today. And Chandra and Heartbleed were the ones that won that.
Oh,
They won 3
you
and
couldn't
1.
tell by the way Fozy and them were just playing right now.
Yeah.
So they're the ones who put Fozy in losers bracket.
They're the ones
Fozy
who
and-
put Fozy in losers
Okay.
bracket.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, Chandra and Harpley 3-1 Fozy and Sarmay. Winners round 1. They won that, and they won that 3-1. Then they won Coco and Delta 3-1, and that's how they got into winners top 8.
Right now, man, they have to win another 2 games in a row if they want to stay in this tournament. Back against the wall, they're also in losers too.
The set is now 2-1 now in the favor of Sarmay and Fozy, but it's not a 2-0, which means there's some momentum going in his favor.
Right. Nothing too crazy to start the game, thankfully. Nobody losing their stock in the first 10 seconds. Nice team follow-up coming in from red team.
Yeah, they're
Damage
definitely
pretty
turning
even all
up.
around.
They're turning up a lot
Yeah.
more this game.
Yeah.
They're being a lot. Oh!
God, yo!
He knew. Oh, and the
Oh my
follow-up
God.
too. A good ground pound coming out from Chandra all the way at the bottom of the stage, getting the KO onto Sarmay. And again, they
That
have
was
the lead.
beautiful.
Just like
That
the
was
past
beautiful.
couple of sets that we've seen with other players. The moment you maintain a lead, if you you have to maintain it as long as possible to keep the game alive, keep your hopes alive. Oh my God, they're about to get another KO onto Sarmay?
man.
Not yet. Okay.
It's looking like blue team just took the lead right there. Fozy hanging on to his first start, refusing to let go, man. He does not want to see game 5. He's trying to end this right here,
Ooh,
right now.
oh,
Oh, the unarmed finish.
smart.
Right there.
Oh, nice D-Sig. And oh wait, they're going for another one too. They're just trying to deal as much damage as they can to both of these players.
Oh.
Okay, Heartbleed. This is a very dangerous spot to be in, Heartbleed. And they just keep going. Sarmay cannot breathe right now. Sarmay is just not getting a chance to survive. Oh, he's done. He's done.
Bro, Chandra is hitting almost every sig he's throwing out this game, bro. He's
Chat, are
on
y'all
point.
seeing what I'm seeing right now?
That ground pound to start the game, huge set for the momentum
Oh my
of
God.
this game, bro.
What is
Fozy
this
not
man?
looking too good right now.
Oh
Team
no.
combo coming
Oh
in.
no.
Big damage.
Oh.
One more of those and he will be out of
my
here,
God.
man.
This is why these two were popping off in tournament. This is why these two
my
were going absolutely
gosh.
crazy.
Game 5.
Game
Oh my
5.
gosh.
If
Fozy
you-
not even doing 200 damage that game. Only
Oh,
190 damage to
and
his
the
name
legend
on that game.
switches. Oh, wait, did you see the legend switches yet, or did they
I did
immediately
not.
go to
I
map?
did not see it. We got yo Mordex
The Mordex, level 100 Mordex.
and the Orion.
And the Orion.
Classic. That's what I want to see, man. I love seeing Fozy on this Orion, man. He inspired him to switch to the scythe, though. That's funny, man.
We're going into game 5 of the set, and they just forced Fozy and Sarmay to switch off of their characters they've been playing the whole tournament.
Right.
Chandra and Heartbleed, man. Absolutely insane players, but we gotta be careful here, alright? They
No,
can't
don't go
let
down
any...
early.
What kind of ground pound was that? No!
It's looking
He
like
tries
game
going
1 and
for the
2
save,
here.
but Sarmay knew and goes for the GCD sig to get that KO. And now
It's really
both
looking
Chandra
like
and
game
Heartbleed.
number 1 and 2, man. They took them 2 stocks early, less than 30 seconds. 2 stocks gone. They have a huge lead to their name. Not taking too much damage. Red team, they really need to lock in right now if they want to do something, bro. There we go.
They're
I need
trying
see some
to.
more of that.
They're really trying to. Oh wait, what
Good
kind of
save.
save is
Huge
that?
save. Huge save, but not enough, man. Not enough. Red team doing a
What?
pretty good job despite the circumstances. Oh my gosh. I love that Orion
I'm
skin, man. That is too
screaming at the
clean.
top of my lungs. I cannot believe what I'm watching right now.
Our blue team really locked in. That character switch might have been it.
Dude, my mom's gonna start yelling at me to shut up. But
That's
these
too
two are
funny, man.
just too insane. And they're going absolutely wild. They're just not letting a single moment go. Who
Oh, man.
saved somebody with GC Enlight?
Oh man.
GC Scythe Enlight, and they both make it back on. Sure, they might have died there, but like, that was still insane. Either way, we're still in this game right now. Ooh, and he catches all 3 of the players with that double D-Light.
Word.
Oh, dude,
Oh my
this is not looking
gosh.
good at all. The ground
That's
pound.
it.
Heartbleed's out. And the
Oh
recovery.
my gosh.
Fozy and Sarmay, they stopped playing with him. They stopped playing with Chandra and
man.
Heartbleed. But oh my goodness.
I really thought they had it too. That's crazy, man. Well played, man. But ultimately, Fozy and Sarmay going to lock in and take and move on in the bracket. That will be the end of their run. But well played, man. Well played to both teams.
Chandra and Heartbleed. I already knew you guys were insane, but oh my god.
No, I'm happy, man. I'm glad
This
they took
is-
it to game 5. That was exciting, man.
That
I'm
was
glad they took it to
exciting.
game 5.
Genuinely insane set coming out from Chandra and Heartbleed and Fozy and Sarmay. But good jobs to Fozy and Sarmay for clutching it out in the end, winning that set 3-2. The reverse 3-0 was almost there. They almost had it.
Yeah. Still gotta say thank you. Appreciate y'all for taking that to game 5, man. You let to see it.
That
It was crazy
that
though.
was
Every
great.
game the blue team won, they just went crazy at the beginning. Taking stocks, 30 seconds, 2 stocks gone. But man, you still gotta give them their due props, man. Chandra going crazy, his teammate as well. I can't even see his name on the bracket. His name's too long.
Chandra
Heartbleed,
Heartbleed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Well played, man. Congratulations. You guys played well. Hope to see you guys again.
All right, so that will be it for our casting block. Now we have our top 4 set up, which is Acno and Blaze and Cressu and Blue versus... Acno and Blaze versus Cressu and Blue, and then Coco and Delta versus Fozy and Sarmay. But, like I said, that's it for our casting block. It's been an absolute pleasure casting for you. Follow me on Twitch. My ass right there. Spaceatronics.
No, for sure. It was a pleasure
All right.
casting. Thank you guys so much, man. Appreciate you having me. But stay tuned, man. Don't go nowhere. We got some great sets coming up, man. Make sure y'all lock in. Great sets coming up. You don't want to miss it, man.
Peace.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Bearded Moose EU 2v2 Championship, powered by Brawlhalla, powered by Bearded Brawls and Moose Wars. And today we're down to this top 4 situation where we got some interesting matches coming up here. Slow, how you feeling tonight there, my man?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. It's been quite a while since I've been able to check out some good EU action. And I'm definitely looking forward to sitting down and being able to do top 4 with you, starting off with winter finals, and it's looking like we're going to start off with a banger for sure.
Yeah, and when it comes down to the winners finals, I mean, this is I expected one of these teams to come up here and go crazy. The other one I did not expect to see go this far, and this first team that we have coming up is going to be Acno and Blaze. They're of course seed number 1 in this event, going against Cressu in blue. If we look over the statistics here on screen, I mean, you can even see it when it comes down to PRs overall. I mean, PR 1 for Blaze, PR 2 for Acno, and Cressu and blue have been kind of doing very, very well, especially recently. But to see them come into this very first EU Moose Wars and Bearded Brawls event coming together here, this is a team I definitely did not expect to see in winners final, and they're proving themselves very, very well. And we'll kind of just have to see what happens overall. But I mean, look at Acno and Blaze's earnings compared to Cressu and Blue's there, Slow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, in Acno and Blaze are coming off that big win in San Diego, flying over to the States, coming in for you know, that San Diego prize money. And that definitely didn't hurt. They played amazing. And I think this might be their first community event since San Diego. I mean, well, no, they were Dallas, obviously, but being able to get back out here in the community, get some 2 tournaments in, see if they're going to be able to keep that streak alive. They definitely have got some momentum behind them so far this season.
Yeah, for sure. And overall, though, I mean, Cressu and Blue have been improving over time as well. I mean, even if you look at their previous placements, I mean, even going from Love and War of this year, then going down to Slam Rock from Brawl League there, and then going into Spring Championships, getting 5th, going to Fool's Gold 23 and getting 3rd, and going Rebellion and getting 4th. They're staying in that top 5 situation now. And also, we do have to bring up Acno and Blaze are the teams that primarily won Fool's Gold, Rebellion, and got 2nd in the Europe Spring Championship of 2023.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a team and a partnership that has put in a lot of work in the U scene, and now that lands are starting to get back when it comes to all the regions being together as well. Definitely a team to be respected out here for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's gonna be definitely a very awesome matchup, even if we're looking at previous matches that they've had on stream. I mean, Cressu and Blue knocking out Pavelski and XJ Cool J down into the loser side.
That's
and then
wild.
On top of that, I mean, going into winners quarters, right? I mean, if we pull that back a little bit here, if it wants to load, fun things here. Overall, I mean, they beat Hysen simple. They beat Marker and Kazumi, right? So definitely a very, very powerful team going through this and beating some of the top players in EU of all time. So we're going into this matchup here. Players are getting ready to go into game number 1. And we have Blue on Kaya, Cressu on Algrim, while we have Blaze on Bryn and Acno on Algrim.
Nice.
Algrim.
Winners of finals action, Bearded Moose. Here we go. Game number 1. And we're dropping straight into APOC. And see how we're going to break off in neutral here in center stage. Oh, that opportunity to get an early Gimp stock off that Algrim, but couldn't quite find a move on it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now, if we're looking at it, Acno is already going down to that second stock within 30 seconds of this game. Red team really tearing them apart overall.
Absolutely. Yeah, coming off that last win, and it looks like that downtime didn't hurt them at all. They are just in great synergy, doing good work against blue team here in center stage. Still, they have not given up any stage control at all. And continue, we see that team combo coming out. Blue able to take off the pressure that was coming. Oh, there we go. Side stick and a finish combo.
Oh, the weapon throw confirmed.
Ouch. That was a little rough. That was a little rough for blue team there, taking a couple stocks that he certainly did not want to lose, and that has him all the way already down on his final stock of this opening game. Definitely gonna need to get that download, see what adjustments can be made. Oh, but as I say that, first stock finally coming off of blue. See if they can get it off of Cressu now.
Yeah, and one thing as well, I mean, this looks like it's pretty much in favor of blue and Cressu in game number 1. I mean, when we were talking about the statistics going into this set, you would have thought it would have been the complete opposite way. And blue and Cressu are here to fight. They're here to win. We're seeing blue coming in with that weapon throw there on the Blaze. Blaze is able to touch that ledge, but it's very low on that second stock to get knocked out on that second stock. While Acno is very low on that final. Blue having an opportunity to knock out Acno, but they missed both of those knockout opportunities.
Yeah, this is rough. Blue team's definitely gonna have to make some adjustments here before going into game number 2, because a red team is just, they're playing with confidence, and you can see it. Being able to get in there and work those 2v1s when they have the opportunity. Cressu getting them out of here now, and that's going to go ahead and wrap the game up. No weapon throws missing. Ground pound going to hit, though. And he just goes, now he said go next. Sweat beads were flying. There was no options to get back up on stage. He said just fly away. Let's go game number 2 with Cressu and blue up 1-0 against Acno and Blaze.
Second stock, then we see Acno getting knocked out there, but came down to a double weapon throw, down to blue doing a helicopter ground pound attack. And then, I mean, realistically, if you're Blaze, you're like, hey, okay, well, what am I going to do here? I mean, I don't really have any more options to come back to that ledge without getting punished. And I mean, hey, I think we'll see what happens as we go into game number 2 here between these fantastic players. It should be rather interesting.
We'd see a weapon swap, legend swap. Especially off of Acno, but nope, sticking to that Algrim. And red team getting it started right now, taking the opening advantage here on the momentum. Seeing blue team kind of dance around here, trying to find some sort of footing here in neutral, throwing out a little friendly fire there. That's not what we want to do. Cressu with the side sig off the axe, continuing to go off stage, going to get a little more bonus damage off of it. An arm recovery coming off the Bryn. That first stock almost falling off of Acno, but not quite. Blue team doesn't look any different than game number 1. Red team continuing to hold the momentum here in this opening seconds of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And overall, I mean, we're seeing a lot of back and forth between both of these teams. That's usually how it goes for the first stocks. We just saw a double knockout coming in on each person from each team. Then we see Acno getting knocked out, and now we see Cressu being like, hey, okay, I'm still on my first stock. Maybe not anymore after that little combo. It's now 2 stocks
so dirty right then, AJ. You did him so dirty right then. He was trying to get all that bonus damage he could. Commentator cursed him, bro.
It looks like I did, and we're definitely seeing a little bit of a commentator's curse of it. Things being even going. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, all right, that's happening again.
Yeah, we're seeing a little of that synergy come together for blue team. Finally starting to get it worked out here, get it figured out against red team. They came out with just such aggression in that opening game, and blue team just could not get a foot on it. That side sig coming through for Cressu again. That puts Acno on his final stock.
Yeah, this is definitely not looking very good here for the blue team currently with, I mean, having a half stock disadvantage. They're going to have to really focus on knocking out Cressu and then doing like a knockout option there on the blue and leaving Cressu in a 2v1 situation. Cressu knows that. Cressu does try to save blue a little bit there. But, I mean, if you're...
nice.
Oh, no. Blue right now on that final stock. Red is going to come down to the wire. It looks like Acno loses that final stock, and now Blaze has to deal with the 2v1.
Did he SD? That was weird.
Yeah, it looked like he lagged off a little bit.
That's sucks. You hate to see it.
Indeed. But, hey, I mean, Cressu and Blue definitely putting their work in whenever they can, and now having this 2v1 situation doing very, very well so far. We're seeing kind of Blue being like, hey, I'm going to try to bait you into things. Cressu starting that fantastic team combo there on the right onto the blue team. Oh, that neutral signature barely misses. But, I mean, we're already seeing Blaze so low on that final stock. This is definitely in the red team's favor. Blaze says, you know what? I'm going to get a knockout first. Blue's like, let me get a silent. Let me get a Sarah. Tries to do a little bit of a knockout option. It comes down very close to the wire here for Blaze out, and there's a 2-piece combo. Red team taking game number 2 to their name.
It's really crazy how that game ended up. I mean, red team started out, with the advantage, and then blue team started to bring that back. They really started to rally. They had things tied up, It looked like they might be able to, they figured something out, and then whatever happened in the end part of that game, it just literally fell apart from underneath them. Red team was able to come back and get a definitive win in game number 2. And just like that, they are one game away from sending number 1 seed Acno and Blaze down to elimination side.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, it's definitely been very, very interesting going forward. I mean, if you're going to be the red team, you're very happy because you want to go on that winner side. You want to see Acno and Blaze on the loser side and have that advantage going forward into this event. And if you're Acno right now, you're having a rough time kind of keeping everything even. And I think red team's going to take a really good advantage of that going forward.
And so far, so good. It looks like they've slowed things down. Didn't come out so aggressive in this game number 3, playing really well together. Being able to juggle blue team back and forth, keep them within striking range, and not really opening up anything. Being able, for damage-wise, for blue team, seeing them get take off stage a little bit. Cressu working that neutral sig, but look, blue right underneath to come in with the side light off that spear and be able to keep the keep that string alive there. Coming back in. Oh, picked up a little friendly fire off that signature. I think they'll be able to shake that off though. And so far, these opening stocks, blue team taking the slight advantage here at the very beginning. Weapon throw coming off.
Yeah, and right now, red team's at a disadvantage with Cressu going down onto that final stock by a dimp from the blue team. And I mean, if you're a blue team, you gotta be feeling fantastic. Yes, you just lost your first stocks, but now you get Cressu into that final stock. And that's a very big deal. I think if you're going to be Cressu here, you got to be very, very careful of how you attack. You got to let blue kind of deal with a lot of that damage. I think that's what the blue team wants. They want to have this 2v1 situation going forward. So we'll see. I mean, we're seeing a lot of lands. We're seeing a lot of range attacks coming in from both teams there. Blue now starting to go a little bit more medium range with that bow. Nice little 2-piece coming in, but Cressu accidentally hitting their teammate. But I mean, it's better than them losing their final stock, let's be real. But blue comes in with the ground pound knockout there on the Acno. And I mean, we're what, a minute 45 in, and the red team has taken a lead over the blue team.
Yeah, they definitely brought it back. And it's a slight one, but if they can get this stock off of Blaze and get both the blue members down to 1 stock, definitely going to look a whole lot better for them. Blue team trying to fight back a little bit, but getting caught almost in that team combo, but Cressu able to go and clean it up, and there it is, just like we talked about. That stock coming off of Blaze, and a blue team is in a dire situation right now, trying to stay alive on winner's side. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's looking like red team's really focusing on to Blaze, and Acno's having a really rough time trying to regroup and take advantage of the situation going on. Cressu almost getting knocked out off that ledge by the blue team, but still alive. Realizes that both blue team members have ranged weapons, but jumps right into that jump side air, and it looks like blue now has to deal with a 2v1 of Blaze and Acno.
This is a crazy situation, and this is going to be a hype way to either end this game or end this set, because this is totally winnable. If they need to starve him out. If he's able to slide in here, especially on this Kaya, and pick up a bow, if he's able to move here with that speed and that defense, this is totally winnable. He'd be able to close out the set right here, right now for blue and red team.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're blue, you gotta be like, hey, I need to go for knockout options. Take advantage of Blaze not having a weapon. And it looks like Acno.
Oh my God, he is him.
He is him, and blue knocks out Acno of that final stock. Is now a 1v1 between Blaze and blue. Blue with a half stock advantage. Can Blaze bring this back slow motion?
Looking pretty good though. If he can keep lining those up, racking up some big damage here. Has blue down into orange. Blue needs to find a knockout option right now. Oh, he's trying to reach up with those downlights. Can't find anything. Blue reached over with the downlight of his own. Nothing there. Sayer coming back down to ground. Nothing. But taking another one to the face. Oh no. Look how close it is now. AJ, he's got to find something right now, but he's unarmed, and the pressure is coming off the left side of the stage right now. Ooh, no, that's it.
Misses. Blaze coming in with that axe recovery, knocking out blue of that final stock, and Blaze and Acno take game number 3 to their name. But man, that was a very, very close matchup in that third game. Holy.
That was so close, but the way he was able to buckle down, be able to hold in there, win that situation, no. That is a huge momentum shift, and that could definitely be telling coming into this game number 4.
Yeah, if you're Blaze and Acno, I mean, well, hold up, did Blaze just swap over to
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, and that is an interesting pick. Definitely it's not a legend you see. Oh wait, I don't know. I was tripping. I saw before they picked up the weapon. I was seeing Fayette for some reason. It's been a long day, guys. Okay, I was really confused by the Fayette pick, but no, Scarlet seems a little more realistic here. Oh, nice catch. No, this Scarlet and Algrim duo here could be very interesting.
Yeah, for a little bit, but I will say this: red team doing fantastically well, knocking out Acno of that first stock, almost knocking out Blaze. Acno comes in to save the day, and it's even between both of these teams right now. Oh, bouncing from Cressu, and
the pressure
Blaze.
the red team is putting on right now is absolutely unreal. They are just not letting blue team breathe, but they were seeing them fight back a little bit here, being able to put some damage on, trying to get this first stock off of blue, still not being able to. Oh, that D-light not quite enough to get it done. Blue coming down with a ground pound, racking up a little damage with it, staying out of the way of that down sig, having one of his own, and the ground pound gonna be enough? No. Well, it is. It's gonna get him out of here. Blue and Cressu, stocks falling, and by all technicalities right now, blue team has that advantage.
Yeah, if you're the red team, man, I mean, you gotta be very careful with how you play things, but they can get the double knockout option there on the blue team and have that advantage again. We do see Blaze get knocked out of that second stock. We see Acno having an opportunity, losing that second stock as well, just because of how low they currently are, but Blaze is starting to do some damage up there onto blue. We see Acno coming in, trying to make things even. Cressu's kind of being distracted a little bit while they're trying to knock out blue. Oh, and it looks like Acno does lose that second stock, but this is turning into the red team's favor again.
It is. Somehow, some way, even though they get behind almost every game, they somehow pull it back, bring it back. With the exception of last game, of course. But we're seeing the movement here. They're sticking together, playing great support. Cressu catching those nairs up in the air. See Cressu just sitting back, ready to follow up. Oh, but that stock coming off blue, but they're still in a pretty good position. As long as Cressu can avoid too much damage in this 2v1 situation. Blue there unarmed with a nice unarmed recovery to be able to break it up a little bit. They're going to starve him out, not going to let him get a weapon. Still fighting back unarmed, doesn't seem to bother him too much. Still unarmed, finally has a spear in hand. Let's see what he can do with it. Coming down with a Sarah weapon throw.
I don't know. Blue coming into that bow recovery does not knock out
Oh.
Cressu with the unarmed two-piece there on the Acno. Blue with the recovery there with bow on the Blaze. 2v1. Can Blaze bring this back? I don't know if he can. And I think the red team really know that they have the advantage. Can they take advantage of their advantages? Because it's all going to come down to this.
Might need to get your Fs in the chat ready because it is not looking good.
Oh! That was just, we might need to see that on replay. That was so quick to process. I mean, there you have it. Blue and Cressu taking this set 3-1 over Acno and Blaze. This is something you would expect later in grands, like matchup like this, but, or even in winter semis. But so, okay. So blue set up Cressu to get knocked out.
Super slow-mo. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what was it? So downlight. Oh, he downlighted Cressu, and then Blaze landed that neutral air, and then blue landed that falling side air. There we go. That was a very, very clean knockout by blue. And that was a fraction of a second. It took us 5 to 10 seconds to understand what the just happened, right? And we're going into this, and we're like, imagine trying to do that at that speed. But overall, though, I mean, props to Cressu and blue. They are now in the grand finals of this event, guaranteed second. And Acno and Blaze have to go into the losers final and see if they're going to be going back up the grands.
Now that is one hell of an upset. You'll love to see it. Cressu and blue, like you said, going down the elimination side. I wonder if we might have had a preview of our grand finals. We'll have to see. We still have 2 more teams down here trying to see who is going to stay alive on the elimination side. And this is going to be a really good set as well. Gonna see one of my personal favorite EU players, a Fozy, team up with a Sarmay going up against Coco and Delta. This is gonna be a really nice match.
Ooh, it's gonna be dope, man. I mean, I love watching Coco and Delta. Even when I was casting for the side streams for Brawlhalla. I mean, Coco and Delta, Fozy, Sarmay, those were the names that you saw back then, and now they're going crazy now. And I mean, you're starting to see their earnings go up a little bit too. Fozy going crazy with the earnings, going crazy with those placements, right? So this is going to be an interesting one. I mean, if we're going off of seeding for this event, I gotta check and see who would have the advantage here. I mean, it's that close of a matchup there.
It is.
I think, what was it? Coco and Delta are seed 4, and then Fozy and Sarmay are seed 5. So it's that's 4
crazy.
and 5 situation there, Slow.
Yeah, this is you can definitely flip a coin and probably have a safe bet when it came to this match, or this set rather. This one's gonna be really good. Interested to see what legend Fozy decides to pull out. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve, especially when it comes to twos. So interested to see how he goes matched up with a Sarmay here. I haven't actually seen any of their sets today, so this one's gonna be good for me.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much as we're going into this. I mean, we have seen Fozy come in from the loser side as well, and I mean, just popping off and going crazy. And I mean, beating Viper, Solarson, beating Chandra and their teammate as well. It's mind-boggling. I mean, beating Heartbleeds? I mean, going crazy. So I don't know, but they have been close games. So has Coco and Delta's games overall in the loser side too. They have been very close with the people that they're facing. Let's see what happens as we go into game number 1 between these players.
Absolutely. I'm excited for this one. This is going to be a really good set. Would not be surprised if we see a game 5 coming out of this one as closely matched as these two teams are. But, you know, it is Brawlhalla. We could have a complete dog walk from one of these teams. You never really know what's going to happen. But we're going to drop in Fozy on that Orion. That is definitely an interesting pick, matched up with, well, mortal enemy Artemis. So we'll see if these guys can get it done. Maybe the synergy is there. Who knows?
Maybe the rivalry comes down to an allyship here as we go into this game, and we'll see what happens. Are they going to conflict with each other's play styles going into this? Going to come down to, because I mean, Fozy and Sarmay, I mean, they haven't really teamed a whole lot fairly recently. It's been more they've been practicing recently, maybe for Valencia going forward, right? Yeah. Because Fozy's been teaming with Godly, right? And then Sarmay, I mean, has been playing as well. So I don't know, but Coco and Delta are just controlling this matchup so far. I mean, look at this, the momentum that they have.
Good gravity cage.
Coco, what are you doing with this axe?
Fozy was able to get back over and break it up and pretty much save him and his teammate's life there. We're seeing the damage pretty much evenly split out here. Coco with a D-Light, sending Fozy way up to the ceiling. Fozy able to get back down, desperately looking for a weapon. The drop is taken by Coco though. Fozy, oh no, that's gonna send him out. Way too much momentum off of that. Gonna send him out the right side. Coco going with him though, and everything's still even up. Oh my gosh, Sigs are just flying out. Sarmay just handing him out. He is not discriminating, and just like that, Sarmay, the only one on the board with 3 stocks. Never mind, take it away.
Remember that commentator's curse we were talking about not too long ago?
It's so real.
It's happening
it's
again,
so real.
man. It's happening again. And I mean, hey, it might be the benefit of both teams here. Both teams going down to those second stocks even between each other. We're starting to see the blue team take a little bit of a lead. They're starting to focus on Delta a little bit and knock them down into orange. But so is Coco. And now we see Sarmay, now we see Fozy with that overall control that we saw from Coco and Delta in the beginning of this game. And Coco and Delta are just having a rough time getting that back just because of the range of the weapons of Fozy and Sarmay.
Yeah, and that range is definitely coming into play there. Fozy on that spear definitely can control the pacing. We're seeing Sarmay trying to lift him up there. He's got that scythe in hand going down, catching Coco. Might be able to get a nice little gimp stock here. Fozy, I don't know if he helped or hurt there, but he definitely at least added some damage to the mix. Fozy and Sarmay, they look like they were playing friendlies there for a minute, doing moves right on top of each other. I don't think there was any friendly fire exchange, though. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure. And they're really kind of showing what they're made of. And
Ooh.
Shoot. Oh, Sarmay getting down to that final stock. Red team having an opportunity to do a 2v1 against Fozy, but Fozy keeping their spacing very, very well. If you're Delta, you need to pick up that spear and be very, very careful getting knocked out. They get knocked out there by the blue team. Now blue team has a 2v1 opportunity against Coco, and Coco's axe is crazy. Can they take this into their advantage here and maybe go off that ledge and not run to team combos? We'll have to see.
I don't know. Blue team's looking pretty healthy still on their last stocks. Coco's going to have to play almost perfectly, especially now that he's picked up a little damage. And, but he is definitely cooking Fozy. Not there. I figure Fozy would come up and try and punish. No punish to be seen. We're going off stage now. Sarmay able to get back up. Coco weapon throwing. Back on axe. Sarmay throwing the side sig out there trying to pick him up. But that Sarah will be enough to get it done. And Sarmay of Fozy taking game number 1. Fozy doing 288 damage.
Yeah, I mean, if we pop the stats here up on screen here very, very shortly, I mean, looking at the damage differences overall between both of these teams was mind-boggling. Even looking at the replays, I mean, it came down to blue team having that overall advantage over that red team and taking it, because originally the red team had that advantage going forward with Coco now having, Coco did what, 605 damage, Delta did 406, but Sarmay carried the living daylights out of Fozy that game, and it came down to how they were playing. And it didn't come down to okay range, it came down to scythe. You know? So we'll have to see, but we're going to game number 2. And I mean, another thing to bring up as well, last time Delta and Coco played a tournament was all the way back, like played together in a tournament, was back in 2020. This is the first time we played as a team since 2020. So you got a little bit of synergy there, but I mean, Sarmay and Fozy have that advantage. So definitely does not look like that based off that matchup there. So
3 years is a long time since being the last time you played with each other. That is for sure. Oh, Sarmay getting that nice stock with the ground pound off the lance off stage, setting up that neutral sig for another one, but can't get it. Gonna follow up with the recovery, gonna send him up to the top left corner, but Coco able to try and inch his way back up on stage, and finally, the feet of Algrim are back on APOC, and he's in here in neutral looking for something that was worth. Gonna go put a little friendly fire in there, but get the stock with it. And the stocks are starting to fly off, but Fozy, last one with 3 stocks here, and looking like he's still got a little tiny bit of gas in the tank.
Yeah, and we're seeing it here. It's kind of funny because we're seeing the red team kind of separate the blue team a lot more, but I think that's where Fozy really excels. We've been seeing that a lot going forward. Like even there, they're doing a lot more team damage on the Sarmay. And I think with Fozy's previous teammate Godly, I mean, Godly was is still one of the best players in 1v1s. So he's used to kind of spreading out a little bit, but when it comes down to someone like Sarmay, I mean, you have to do more team-based synergy, and I think we're seeing that now. I mean, look at the red team stock. Fozy getting knocked out there, that first stock, but Sarmay able to do some damage on the red team, and Coco and Delta losing his stock there. Coco now having to deal with a 2v1 thing. Screw it, I'd rather get 4 stocked. And Fozy and Sarmay take its next game here.
He really didn't try and fight that out. That's crazy. My man literally just dove. He said, nope, not even gonna do it. Not gonna put me on the highlight reel. Let's just go next. And game number 3, Delta and Coco definitely have to figure something out, and they need to figure it out right now.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. I mean, Coco and Delta, they were doing very, very well in that first game. And it looks like it's going to come down to character swaps. Delta going over to that Taros to kind of change the pace of this game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. 3, 2, 1, a brawl. Here we go. A game number 3. This could be it for Delta and Coco. We'll have to see, but they are definitely on a tournament game right now.
Yeah, for sure. And we're seeing that currently. And if you're going to be Coco and Delta, you really have to pop off right now. And you can't really have Fozy going these 2v1s or in these 1v1 situations against Delta. We've been seeing, oh my gosh, the blue team just go off, knock Delta down into the second stock, and Coco is realistically having a 2v1 the blue team a lot in the set.
My man got deleted in 20 seconds. That was crazy.
Oh God.
He just got deleted.
Jeez. Went absolutely crazy.
Oh, there we go. Stock's flying off, though. This is all even up. Do not count Delta and Coco out yet because they are definitely fighting back with. Oh my God, Fozy coming up with the signature, and Sarmay gonna be there to clean it up. No, don't chase him. Just let him KO. He's gone. Oh my goodness, Delta on a tournament stock right now, and blue team is not slowing down. Fozy taking Coco way to the ceiling, still backing up, getting some more damage in, swapping off to Delta. Oh my goodness, blue team's looking so good right now.
Yeah, I mean, red teams just doesn't have the synergy that they haven't been showing the synergy that they need, and Coco is able to 1v1 Fozy. I think maybe Fozy focusing on Delta definitely benefits the blue team, but now we're starting to see Delta kind of be a lot more passive, and it's a benefit for the blue team because they can go for these team combos that can go and land on the Coco. But Sarmay with a double dare on the Delta. Oh,
he got them
my
both.
gosh, Sarmay mind gipping one person, knocking out the other, and now Coco now has to deal with a 2v1 situation.
That's rough.
And I mean, look at blue team. Look at this team combo coming for the blue team so far.
Just when he thought he wasn't gonna get in the highlight reel, they put him there anyway. Here we go. Coco fighting with everything he has, getting the stock off of Fozy. At least we don't have a 1v1. If Coco can just absolutely play his absolute mind out. Wait, hold on. Everybody let this man cook.
We're not gonna say anything. We're not gonna say anything.
Yeah, nobody say a freaking word.
101. Sarmay with a half stock lead over Coco at this current point in time. It's just down to the wire. Two-piece coming in, a down lane missing. Sarmay with the punish. I mean, they're trying to bait each other into different attacks. Just go back and forth.
Does have that axe. That's a great counter against that lance.
Oh,
but is he going to be? Oh no, more damage getting racked on. You would love to see Coco. Oh no! Oh, not enough to take it up to that very top right corner. Oh no, Coco's still in it. He's still in it. Not enough momentum off that Sair. Oh no, he's trying to find something. Oh no, still not gonna KO. Sarmay being really careful, and for very good reason, because he could get caught up just like that. Coco working, not able to get enough of the position that he needed. He needed to stay on top of Sarmay, and now he gave up that advantage, but now he's still racking up damage. He's continuing. Here we go, the neutral coming out. Sarmay, that's gonna KO.
That nuts.
Sarmay, Fozy, moving on.
Indeed, man. That came down to one lay attack from a scythe.
That's crazy.
From Sarmay. And I mean, I gotta give props there to Coco. Coco dealt with that 2v1 very, very well. I
thought he had it, bro. It was
I
so
thought he
close.
did too.
I thought he had it, man.
Goodness gracious.
You would have watched me pop off. That would have been insane if you would have clutched that game. But unfortunately, their day is done. I'm sure we'll see both of them in the Bearded Moose 1v1 coming at you guys tomorrow. But out at 4th place.
Yeah, for sure. And with that being said, I mean, we are going down to the final 2 sets here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to take a small break before we go into that. Even though Fozy and Sarmay want to go straight into it, we want to make sure that you guys at home do not get any ads during the next 2 sets. So we're going to take a small 3 to 5 minute break. Do not go away. And we'll be right back with the losers final of Acno and Blaze versus Fozy and Sarmay. Don't go away, guys. We'll be right back.
It's going to be hype. Don't go nowhere, guys.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Bearded Moose EU 2v2 Championship, powered by Brawlhalla, powered by Bearded Brawls, and powered by Moose Wars. I'm AgMore 2000. Today, I'm casting with slow motion. We've casted the past couple games here, a couple sets here up on stream, and we're now coming down to the final 2 sets that will be up on stream. Acno and Blaze versus Fozy and Sarmay, and then the winner of that going against Cressu and Blue in the grand finals. And usually these 2 teams in the losers final, I would expect at least one of them to be up in grand finals there, Slow.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you say that Cressu and Blue in grand finals, and it kind of just brings a smile to my face. I love seeing a good upset, and I'm interested to see what they can do against whatever one of these teams is going to make it up there. Sarmay, Fozy definitely played like absolute beast in that last set right before break. They got a very definitive win going up against their opponents, but now they're going to go up against Acno and Blaze. We see those, we talked about before, we see those San Diego 2023 champion titles above their names, and this is, I think this set is going to be a definite battle. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when it comes down to both these teams, I mean, they're known for going crazy. Fozy and Sarmay, last teaming in an event back in 2022, coming back together again for this event to really show what they're made of, going into top 3 as a team coming back, and now having to face one of the best teams in the EU, Acno and Blaze, PR1, PR2, the DreamHack San Diego champions. So we're going into this game here. Let's see how Fozy and Sarmay do. Let's see what they bring to the table going against these players.
This is going to be so good, and we're seeing Fozy right here at the start trying to get a weapon, and he does, but they're holding. Okay, here we go. Now everybody weaponed up. First game here on APOC, and we're seeing everything just kind of break off onto each side of the map here. Sarmay trying to get in here somewhere with these gauntlets, but literally just keeps whiffing. Another one finally picks up an attack on Acno, but right into a TV1 situation, and Fozy getting sent up to the top right. Oh no, red team came to play this set.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have to feel a little bit of pressure here. I mean, especially when they're in the loser side. They don't want to go ahead and get third. They want to go ahead, and they want to go ahead into grands and win this tournament. And this is what I'm talking about. They're showing it here. Fozy getting knocked out, and then Sarmay closely right after. And red team is here, and they're not willing to give up a bit of space to the blue team.
That was crazy. Seeing them come out and take the control like that at the beginning of the game, you definitely love to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, caught him with the neutral sig. Not enough momentum to take him up to that high ceiling on APOC. Neither is that recovery off of the Algrim. Oh, missing with that neutral sig. See if Fozy has anything. No, he caught a Sare off the spear to the face. Trying to get back up, but no, 2v1 situation is going to be too much. And just like that, blue team is on their final stocks. Oh my God, they're about to get 6 stocked, AJ.
I know, it's looking like that right now, but hey, hold up. They said, no, we're not getting 6 stocks.
Okay.
We're going to knock Blaze and we're going to knock Acno out of one of their stocks, at least for each of them. And then, I mean, it's a 2-stock disadvantage, but can they come back from this? They can, but I'm not going to jinx it yet. And overall, red team having a lot of center neutral control, and they're really showing that so far as we get to the 2-minute marker.
Oh, picking up a nice 2-piece off stage. They're coming down. Oh no, caught him with a recovery. Can he hit him with another one? No, caught him with a D-light. Missed the recovery at the end of it though. That would have been a lights out for sure, but able to somehow stay out of it. Sending a Sarmay up to that top right corner. That high ceiling and that opposite corner on APOC. Oh my goodness.
That was quick.
My goodness. I'm just gonna quit talking. Yeah. That is absolutely insane.
Dude.
4 stock coming from Acno and Blaze, making Sarmay and Fozy. I don't want to say he makes them look gold.
Look at these stats.
Bro.
Acno did 6 eliminations. Blaze did not do one of those knockouts, and Acno did 720 damage. He is ready for this
What
set.
A game.
Holy.
What a game.
I mean, they're already ready to go into game number 2. We have Sarmay on the cross.
Right,
we got Fozy on the Zariel. And red team's still tearing them apart.
Oh yeah, you see it just right here in the first opening seconds of this game. Red team just taking control with those lances. Fozy picking up with a signature off the Zariel, but nothing to come from it. We're seeing him. Oh, he charged the recovery. Oh my goodness. So much damage coming out. See the Lance come over, not going to be able to get anything done with it, dropping down with the neutral sig, and that's going to KO. Sarmay all alone, recovered up. Once again, that high ceiling on APOC, but Sarmay trying to fight back down, get a weapon, and he does. Has gauntlets on, see if he can do anything with it. No, send him out of here. Oh my goodness, AJ, it's so brutal right now.
It is, and hey, I mean, it's a lot better compared to the first game that we did see from these two teams overall. I mean, red team got a 4-stock knockout option. Fozy doing very well with baiting Acno into a side-air knockout. Blaze get knocked out there by Fozy. Actually, Acno saving him, but Sarmay's like, you're not saving him fully. You're gonna get knocked out. Oh, okay. A lot of Lance. A lot of Lance coming out of both of these.
Yeah, there's a lot of
teams.
Lance going on. That is
Yeah.
that is a great observation there, AJ. There's
nice
definitely
here.
a lot of Lance. Oh, nice catch from Sarmay. Looking for another one. Can't find an upward option to be able to get some anti-air in there. Ooh, side light coming over. See if he's gonna be able to get back up. No, he's gonna take the stock off of both of them. Both Acno and Blaze are looking really good right now, having that stock advantage.
Yeah, and it's definitely showing here overall. And I mean, I love the red team synergy that we are seeing. I mean, they're just really controlling what the blue team's really doing until blue team's like, you know what? Acno, you're down to your second stock.
Oh,
Blaze,
no.
you're gonna mind gimp yourself. And it's now 1-stock even matchup between both of these teams, and all the players having 1 stock right now. Ground pound coming in. Signature from Fozy landing on the Blaze. But, I mean, still staying relatively even. Now these Lances are going to come out left, right, and center. Let's see how the blue team counters them.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Because red team needs to get it back together. They had such a good lead. We're playing so well, and it just kind of has been falling apart a little bit. Blue team, you know, about midway through this set, looking like they're really starting to get it together here, working a little better, staying, oh my goodness, staying out of the way of those Lances and getting up in a nasty insig.
Yeah, I mean, that was
in the 2v1 situation. Sarmay bleeding out right here in the middle of the stage. See what he's going to be able to do. If anything, red team needs to get a hold of him and put it out, though. Do not let him get any sort of momentum, and they don't get him out of here, and they are up 2-0 in this elimination final set.
Yeah, and it came down to, I mean, Acno and Blaze just did not give him, like, any room to breathe at all. Like, at all. I mean, he couldn't even touch the platform without getting side-aired there by the red team. I mean, Blaze just went crazy. Acno followed up pretty well. And overall, Blaze definitely stepping up that game and kind of giving them that game number 2. I mean, it's been relatively even so far. But when it comes down to the blue team, Sarmay was doing a lot of damage, but Fozy was really having a rough time doing that damage buildup. So we're going into game number 3 with Sarmay going on the Sidra and Fozy on the Caspian.
They got to do something. I'm not even mad at him. I mean, we talked about Fozy having all those pocket picks. He finally decided to switch over to something. Sarmay, I don't know, was doing pretty good. I don't really see the switch there, but maybe he knows something on the Sidra that we don't. Interested to see what the cannon's going to look like if he brings it out. But he's doing pretty good work off stage with the sword right now, getting really good movement off of those aerials, hitting the dare, continuing to work. Fozy cleaning up off stage. Oh, he got caught in that ground pound. Fozy going to be able to recover his way back up and is still looking to cook. Oh my god, they're literally just fighting this whole match just off stage. Nobody even needs to touch ground. Fozy's still off stage. Get back in there. There we go. Fozy getting caught though in that ground pound and trying desperately to make some sort of impact here, but he can't seem to get anything going.
Yeah, and Fozy's really having a rough time really grabbing his grip going into this game, and I think Sarmay's been the person doing all the damage build up, but I mean, it's almost like a 2v1 in different situations, and that allows for the red team to take this advantage that they currently have. I mean, Fozy's really going to have to find a way to do that damage build up, and I think they're trying with Katars, but Katars in 2v2s is really hard to do unless you make it a 1v1 situation.
Yeah.
And I think Fozy realizes that, and they're like, hey, I'm more experienced when it comes down to doing 1v1 situations. Can we separate them? But Acno and Blaze are just not separating themselves right now. They're slow.
Seeing them work here. I cannot believe how close it is staying, though. We're seeing these legend swaps seem to be working for blue team.
Yeah.
Definitely not that huge advantage from red team that we've been seeing. Fozy getting some good licks in. We see that side sig connecting right there. Get back up. Oh, got sent to the ceiling though. Not looking good.
Yeah, Fozy's kind of sitting back though. He is able to land a down signature though onto Acno. But he's got to be careful. I mean, because his teammate is kind of dealing with these 2v1 situations. They have the lead now, but they need to keep that lead as long as they possibly can. Oh, and we'll see what happens here.
Red team definitely needs to get these stocks off. There he goes, flying off of Sarmay. Not enough. They'll be able to follow that up though. Shouldn't be able to get back to stage. And oh my goodness, he's going to. We're seeing that cannon come out, and no, that's gonna drop. And this is so close. Blaze and Acno are right now trying to send Fozy and Sarmay out of this tournament. And they can do it right here. Blue team are on their tournament stocks. Elimination, a final match, and Sarmay's cooking over here off stage.
Oh, dude, he's doing all this damage build up there onto the red team. Fozy coming to the neutral signature knockout there onto Blaze. Acno now having to deal with a 2v1, runs right into that down signature, and Acno unable to come back. And Sarmay and Fozy taking that game to their name, and Sarmay carried with that cannon, man. 673 damage.
Could you imagine how well they'd be playing if Fozy was like on his game today? Yeah. This is crazy. Fozy is just like not being a factor at all. He's really getting shut out. I mean, he's playing decent support, and I guess, I mean, he's doing more harm than good, but Sarmay is carrying, bro. And if Fozy could just step up a little bit, they could definitely take this set back.
Yeah, they can, and I think right now, I mean, we'll have to see it. Double Lance again, man. Double Algrim. It's funny because the EU is one of the only regions that I see a lot of Algrim Lance in. NA, you don't really see it a whole lot because it's a lot more variety. EU and South America, I mean, they're just known for it.
They love their Lance, man. They love it. They love their Lance.
Oh, and out by Sarmay, kind of realized they don't want to do team damage build up.
I mean, we just saw, you know, a couple weeks ago in Dallas, you know, Lance won 1v1s, which was pretty cool to see. Getting that vector win for South America. Oh,
indeed. And right now, side signature coming out, Fozy. Oh, but we do see Acno knocking out Fozy. Sarmay getting knocked out there by Acno. And red team taking this advantage. And it came down to how aggressive Sarmay was playing against Acno. And now they got to find a way coming back here. And it's hard to come back from the red team. It really, really is.
So far, so good. I mean, looks like as long as Acno can hold on to his opening stock and get some more of this bonus damage, as I say that Fozy taking him over. No, nice ground pound from Sarmay. The Blaze there trying to clean it up. Sarmay there again. Oh my God. Sarmay out here with the whole backpack on right now, man. Cleaning up stocks. Looking so good right now.
Yeah, he's going definitely very, very crazy here. And I mean, with Acno on the two stocks, if you're going to be Sarmay, focus knocking out Blaze. Distract Acno. I think Fozy is able to kind of deal with Blaze a little bit more in a 1v1 situation. Have Sarmay focus on Acno and try to do something here. But downlight comes in. Cider comes in by Acno. Oh, Sarmay. Oh, getting knocked out there by the red team. Fozy just misplacing their jumps, and both blue team members are down into those final stocks.
It's really interesting to me. You know, we talk about how anything can happen in Brawlhalla, and here's a perfect example of Fozy just not doing Fozy things today. Whether it be the pressure coming from red team or just having a bad day or what, Sarmay is definitely doing such a great job keeping him and his teammate in this tournament. That it all comes down to this. They are on tournament game, and they are on tournament stocks. Sarmay, though, continuing to fight on that with that sword. Get back in here on the weapon spawn. No, they caught him up with that lance. He's in big trouble now. Fozy getting sent back. Is he going to get back up on stage? He's not. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Fozy doing Fozy things there, but that's it for him. His day just might be done unless Sarmay can clutch it up and get it done. 2v1 situation, cannon in hand, going up against a double Algrim. Oh no, this is a scary situation to be in as he gets sent off stage, but he's able to get back with cannon.
He couldn't gimp him. He couldn't gimp him all. Picks up the cannon again though. Dare comes in. You're gonna really focus on knocking out Blaze here, and you're seeing Blaze go off the ledge. He is a lot more comfortable than Sarmay is right now. Oh, that was close to being a knockout option
really
there
missed
by
it.
Acno. I see a ground pound somewhere.
They can't get a hold of him.
Oh, gotta catch him down so
There
you
it is.
gets knocked out there by Blaze. And Acno, Blaze taking that game to their name. And they are now up in the grand finals of this event.
What a set. Can we talk about Sarmay? Because, oh my goodness. He woke up that game. And you look at the power rankings, you look at everything else, and numbers just don't always tell the tale. He absolutely popped off of that set. They may have fallen out at third place, but definitely should be proud of their placement in the way they played today. Good set, good placement, just not quite enough to go back up to winner's side and have a chance to take on Cressu and Blue.
Well, and here's the thing as well, and I hope both Fozy and Sarmay kind of realize it too, and I think they probably will after this tournament, where they did very well for coming back after a while, right? So I think that synergy can build up to where they want to be at, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take practicing in events back to back to back, and I think they'll be able to do that overall. But I mean, it's the beginning of the team coming back.
Right.
Whether that's still going to be a team after this, I don't know. I remember I read something in Twitch chat saying, waiting for Fozy to say looking for teammate on Twitter a little bit later. But I don't know. I mean, we had Fozy go from Godly, you know, and now go down to Sarmay, and we'll see what happens.
Right. But here we go. All everything we have been through today. There was an internet outage. There was all kinds of stuff. There's been so many things that have had to happen to get to this set right here, and this is why we're here. Grand finals, the Bearded Moose 2v2, Cressu, Blue, Blaze, and Acno. It doesn't get much better than this. We are gonna drop in and get it started on Apocalypse right now.
Yeah, for sure. We're going into game number 1. This is grand finals of this Bearded Moose EU 2v2 championship. And if you're both these players, you're feeling a lot of pressure, especially when it comes down to Acno and Blaze being on that loser side. Cressu and Blue, I mean, they have a huge advantage. If they beat Acno and Blaze PR1, PR2 in this event, we'll have to see what happens going forward, but they have to do it first before we can say anything. And Blue team is tearing apart the red team so far.
But we saw who sent Blue team down to elimination side.
Yeah.
So we definitely know that they have it in them. But they've also been sitting up here. Blaze and Acno, they've been down. They've been having to earn their way back up. They got warm hands. They got warm fingers. And they are fired up and ready to go. It may take a game or two for for red team to be able to get warmed up and make that adjustment. And hopefully they do not let Blaze and Acno run away with it too much while they're trying to get that done.
Yeah, and I think right now, main person that has to keep an eye on things would be Blue. Blue is really using a lot of their jump options, and we're seeing them go into the sweat beads very, very quickly. Oh, and we're seeing Blue trying not to knock out their teammate. Very nice job from Cressu, but it looks like Blaze comes in to knock out Cressu and to save Acno from getting knocked out ultimately on that stock. And I mean, Acno's still on his first, a minute 30 in.
He is, and he's continuing to cook on it. See if he can get some more of that bonus damage. Anything he can get is definitely going to help him and his team out for sure. And he's continuing to be safe, play good support now, staying out of the way of everything and continuing to try and rack up. There we go. We see a sidelight going to connect while his teammate racks up. So, oh my goodness, did he get the double? Looking for the recovery. He found it. Oh my goodness, the nair wasn't enough, but the recovery off the Kaya does get it done. But what an exchange there. We're definitely going to have to see that after this game.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was favoriting Blue team, and then red team's like, hey, one of us got knocked out, but we're not going to you guys out as well. And look what is going on between Blaze and Cressu, and Cressu goes down to that final stock. Blue's got to be careful. They do not want to get knocked out there by Acno's lance over. Oh my gosh!
What?
Both of them are still alive?
I don't know how.
I don't know either.
How.
Oh, Cressu.
Red team.
That's a setup.
No.
Hey, he's gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's brutal, bro.
Dude.
That's so brutal.
One missed attack, one miss hitting your teammate makes you lose that lead. And Acno and Blaze taking game number 1 as we go into the second game here. I mean, Cressu was the person going crazy in the winner's side. So I don't know what to expect here. Cressu was just missing these axe attacks left, right, and center. Maybe they weren't fully warmed up. I don't know. But as we go into game number 2, they're really going to have to share that axe gameplay that we know them for from the winner's side.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just was not an issue that game at all. Blue team shut it down. They definitely shut it down. See if we're going to be able to turn that around.
Oh my gosh, Acno!
Oh my
15
goodness.
seconds, a 0 to death with that lance. Acno has completely changed his playstyle compared to the winners finals, man. Oh my goodness gracious.
And they are definitely cruising. That was such an early stock coming off of blue. And I don't know about you, but I'm definitely down for a reset. Like we talked about earlier, we don't, me and you being in the regions that we are, you obviously doing North America, me, taking care of Australia. We just don't get to see a lot of these community EU events, and it's really nice to be able to see some not some new players, but some different players put on a good show for us here. Nice recovery on the unarmed. Oh my god,
dude! Acno is popping off tonight. Blue knocking out Acno. Blaze is still alive, but Acno, I mean, and here's the thing, he was lagging a little bit on the winners final side. And I think we're now seeing him pop off and really show what he's made of going into this grand finals. And I mean, Blue's down into a low second stock. If you're Blue, you gotta be careful getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Silent Cider is an insane combo. Blue going down to that final stock. This Lance is just destroying this game so far.
It really is, and that's just the meta over there that like we talked about before. EU, they are so good on the weapon. They've embraced the lance, and we're seeing it be such a huge factor all over this bracket. Another recovery coming up off of that sword, Sarin him off stage. Cressu gonna fight back up, but as soon as he sends Cressu off stage, he immediately switches over, goes back over, takes some of that pressure off his teammate. You love that synergy, you love to see it, and that is what wins games, and that is what wins tournaments. Blue running, trying to find a good place to get in on that bow. Nothing to be found, just dangling up in the air, looking for some sort of option, and they're right there to put hands on him.
Oh my gosh. All right, Blue gets knocked out of that final stock, and now Cressu has to deal with a 2v1 against the blue team. Both blue team members very, very clean on their stocks, and blue team just has so much synergy together. I see a 2-piece, I see a 3-piece, I see a knockout, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Cider comes in, weapon throws come out, and Cressu didn't touch the wall.
Wow.
Oh, do you know he's not happy about that? I would not blame him one bit.
Absolutely not.
And here's the thing as well, Slow. I mean, we're going into this game too with Acno and Blaze going crazy, especially Acno, and Blue's starting to fall behind here a little bit. He's having a rough time getting his damage built up there on the opposing team. To a degree, I don't blame him because Blaze and Acno are just going crazy with this lance. That's so much control to really come back to that platform. There's only a couple options that they really have, and I mean, Acno's covering them very, very well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, and we're gonna go into game number 3 here.
Yeah,
looks like we're going to have. Well, man, they're cruising for the reset. They are absolutely cruising for the reset.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, they're going into this game number 4. If you're Cressu, you gotta focus the heck out onto Acno. Cressu is the person that has been doing this damage buildup, and Acno needs to be focused on, and Blue needs to focus on Blaze. But with Blue team, with how they're playing things, they're doing a lot more of a synergetic style play style. And I mean, we see maybe a thing or two here downlight coming from Cressu. He's starting to focus on Blaze a little bit, but Acno's lance, I mean, is starting to land on the Cressu, and Cressu's having a rough time against it. Maybe that's why he's not being so aggressive against Acno.
I mean, that might be it. I mean, if you're being aggressive and you keep getting slapped back into your space, you know what I mean, you gotta Sometimes you just gotta calm it down a little bit and find another plane of attack. But red team is having such a hard time. We're seeing blue team continue. Oh my goodness. We're seeing blue team continue to rack up this damage here, almost getting that stock deleted off the top of APOC. Little friendly fire adding up there. Not too bad though. Cressu trying to reach up for that Sarah, couldn't find it. Down Sig is gonna land though. Weapon throws coming off, getting them a little bit of room, and finally we're seeing some life out of red team.
Yeah, we are, and it's coming down to them focusing on Acno. And Acno is just, I mean, just knocking out blue. Cressu is trying to find a way to do some damage buildup, misses his side air, he's just getting punished left, right, and center. He's having a rough time really trying to get these attacks right after. Blaze goes a little bit too far. He's able to land that sort of rolling down signature, and Cressu is just getting demolished right now.
Oh, he absolutely is, and it's, oh my, I can't believe how close this still is though. If they can just get this stock, if they can get the stock off of Blaze, they'll be in a pretty decent situation here. But now we're seeing Acno also get pretty low on that second stock. This is definitely winnable for either one of these teams. There we go, stock coming off finally. Cressu trying to get that one. Acno's not gonna have the momentum to get back up. No, he gets shut down. And if they can get the hold, looking like they were going to be able to try and set up against stock on Blaze off the right side there, but not able to get anything together. Nice recovery from Blaze to get back up on stage. Cressu going to come back down with the pressure, but no, an unarmed recovery from Acno is going to send him up to the skies.
Yeah, and if you're going to be these players right now, man, I mean, blue has to be careful of that stock, but they also got to really focus on Acno. Nice side air counter.
Yeah.
This is the neutral air just barely. There we go. Acno is starting to open his defenses a little bit. Blaze is trying to fulfill them. He's trying to make sure that Acno's defenses are not as open. But Blue's just unarming players at this rate. Look at him. But
yeah.
I mean, this is very Blue's playing too free floaty in general. Cressu's kind of coming in being like, hey, I'm trying to do something. Do not let me get knocked out. Up my final stock there by Blaze and Acno. And here we go. It's going to be close. Oh, no. Cressu missing that recovery.
Oh, that's big, though. That's big.
That's good. That's good. Cressu's got to be careful. He doesn't want to be too aggressive. Oh, but now it's a 1v1 between Blue and Blaze. The two powerhouses of each team have been knocked out. Who will prevail here? It's going to come down to 1v1 skill. See what happens. And Blaze is just going crazy.
I know. It's so hard to even cast this. They are so back and forth here. And we're seeing Blue get up underneath them with some back-to-back recoveries.
Yeah,
see if you can find something here, looking for an opportunity. Settling down, switching back over to Bo.
Yeah, that Lance is destroying Blue. He doesn't want to be too aggressive. Nice little sidelight and a dare. I see a side air. I see a weapon throw. I see Blaze still alive after all that. Blue picking up that sword has some knockout opportunities.
Whoever connects next wins this game.
Sword v sword.
Finish up. Oh no, he's gonna get back one third in the face. He still has his recovery, but that Sarah is gonna shut it down.
Blue going
Saving
crazy. That was close.
Saving the reset. You'll love to see it. No shutouts here. 2-1, and we're gonna continue on winner's side of the grand finals.
Yeah, for sure. And that was just, I mean, Blue's on-arm gameplay, when it came down to once they went to bow, they were okay. But even going back to that sword, they were able to prioritize knocking out Blaze under that stress. I mean, once Blaze is under that stress, his sword gameplay just gets countered from Blue. So, Acno almost getting gimped off that side already. And Blue needing to touch that ledge. I mean, just a lot of sweat beats coming out left, right, center.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see. I'm interested to see who the first stock. Oh no, blue team both got sent out at the same time. That could have been big for red team if they were gonna be able to capitalize on that. But now we see it reversed here. The sort of rolling down Sig coming down to play. Now we got him broke off on each side of the map. Blue coming over, trying to get something in on that Sir Roland, but nothing to be found. Recovery up from Blue, looking for another one. Can't find it. Recover. Oh, he dared his way back down. That was crazy. Great awareness to not get knocked out. Cressu, however, that first stock is gonna fall.
It is, and there goes Blues as well. Blue team having a decent lead, and Cressu's like, hey, I need to pick up a weapon. Can I get one? Thank you. He picks up that lance. Blaze in the air. Oh, Blaze almost knocks out Blue off that ceiling. Cressu just does not want to go against Acno off that ledge. Very nice job by Blue with that side air. Can he get the knockout option though? They're trying to focus on Blaze, it seems. Weapon throw lands on Acno, saving Cressu, but what just happened? Acno and Blaze losing their first stocks.
Didn't think they were ever going to come off. Those guys were holding on to those first stocks for literally forever. Got a bunch of bonus damage on it. Cressu and Blue pretty beat up on those second stocks right now. Blue looking a little better, but I don't think for much longer as we're getting another Sayer put on and reach up with recovery. And there to take the pressure again with another Sayer. Cressu working unarmed. Oh, and he gets a stock somehow. Okay. Cressu and Blue looking like they're going to try and tie this up. They are not wanting the reset.
Indeed, indeed. And right now it is, we see Cressu going down to that final stock. I think if red team focuses on to Acno like Cressu is right now, they win this. Look at him just control these attacks, and they're all landing. Blaze is just not able to land any attacks against the red team.
No, they're looking really good. And you see the positions they've dropped in now. The synergy they've actually dropped into, the support coming out of both these players. You know, Cressu gets hit, Blue right there to try and pick up the punish. Keeping him up in the air, keeping the pressure off Cressu. This is really being well done by them. See if it's going to be enough to pull out and not let the reset happen. Trying to take us to a game 5. Blue putting him up in the air. They got to get the stock off of him, though, to be able to stay in it. And is it going to fall? It almost did.
Hey, side air coming in from Blue. It's not an opportunity. Do they take it? They do not. They decide to stay back up there a little bit. Cider coming in from Blue. Grab out missing from Blaze. Recovery from Blue.
Oh my God.
Oh no. There's a knockout option here.
A little late though.
A little bit. Oh, Blue getting.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. It might be a reset here.
What?
It might be a reset because Blaze came back so quick. Satellite coming in. Oh, Dallas coming from Blaze. And sword combo. Very nice job. Good grief. Blaze and Acno slow. I mean, just the synergy coming in from both of those players, man. And coming back from what they had and doing very, very well.
I thought we were going to get a game 5. I really did. That was looking a little close. I thought they were going to be able to pull it out. This, we're just going to forget all that. We're just going to forget that last set. I mean, because at the end of the day, it didn't happen. We are now, as far as I'm concerned, starting grand finals. Both these teams are very well warmed up.
Yeah.
They are both ready to go. I think we're going to have a hell of a set here. This one just might go the distance.
Yeah, and when it comes down to Cressu, when it comes down to Blue, they're trying to be like, hey, we're here, we're trying our best, and they're starting to counter Acno and Blaze, and Acno realizes that. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna go over to Vector. Maybe Use had the right mindset going into that 1v1 championship at Dallas and winning that. So we'll see what Acno really does with that legend, but I mean, it is back and forth right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is game number 1 after this reset. There is a no pillow, a no buffer, a no crutch left to be found for red team. They've got to get it done right now. And that down sig with the slight charge on it, not quite enough to get the KO, but oh my God, if that would have been a double, it would have been so nice.
It would have indeed. And I mean, I got to give Blue the credit that when they have their weapon, they're controlling things very, very well. Cressu needs some help though, but Blue is just
no help
sitting back. Oh, 2 little P's coming in. Side air coming from Cressu. Nice job.
Neutral sig. Nobody fell for it.
Nope, not at all.
See things break off in neutral here. Oh my goodness, that unarmed recovery off the Vector. Very nice. Enough to get it done. And he is the only one with 3 stocks still left. Oh, never mind. Get him out of here. I was going to say a swift breeze would have blew him off the map.
Well, definitely blew him off the map. That's for damn sure. With him going down to
that
second
it
stock.
most certainly did.
I mean, And we're going into it. I mean, a minute 30 in, Cressu and Blue just doing these team synergy based combos. They are separating Acno and Blaze, and I think that was one of their main goals to do. And they're leading into team combos, and that's what makes a lot of the NA guys, especially in North America, go crazy. I mean, they go and separate the opposing team. They separate them into these 2v1 combos, and we see Acno down to that final stock. We see Cressu trying to knock out Blaze along with Blue. A Cider comes in, but Cressu's more focused on Acno, except the knockout options. And this is gonna be a close one. I think Blue team will be able to bring this back and make it even. However, it comes down to how things are approached.
If they can get the stock off of Acno like soonish, yeah, it's gonna look real good for red team. Although that doesn't help, that doesn't hurt blue team's chances right there at all. Getting that stock off of blue, there it's falling off, and now the slight advantage. They can get Cressu out of here, get things even right back up, and that recovery's not gonna be quite enough to get it done. That Sair off of Acno's Rocket Lasso is gonna get it done, and this is a dead even game, AJ.
It is, and I think right now, I think Acno is doing a lot of team damage, and that might mess the blue team up. We're seeing Acno now being separated. Maybe that's what the blue team really wants to be. Maybe they want to be separated, but I don't know. Cressu comes in with that two-piece. Blaze coming in with that sword combo. A lot of back and forth, but Acno is focusing on blue. Cider coming in from blue. There on the Acno. Acno's so close to get knocked out on that final stock. That side air misses. It's going back and forth right now. It's close. Very close. Look at this. Uh-oh.
It may come down to whatever team loses their teammate first. Cressu got him with the Sair. Okay, no more pressure coming though. See if he can get back up. Acno able to get the weapon. There we go. Blaze not gonna fall. He is now 2v1 situation. I think they're gonna be able to clean it up right here. No, that looks like he's gonna be able to find a way back up on stage. A little team damage coming out there, and that gives him the opportunity to try and open this up. This is super winnable, especially with that lance in his hand. If he can get a couple good connections here, this is gonna be a wrap. Oh, there's one.
There's one. Will he get two? Will Blue allow for Blaze to get game number one? Oh, Blue. Cider coming in.
Nice there.
Sticks with bow, swaps back to sword.
Oh,
but jumps! Blaze with the jump read onto Blue. And Blaze and Acno to game number one. It was down to that impulse jump.
It really was, and the impulse jump was the right call.
Good grief.
My goodness.
Dude, if I was Blue, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna impulse jump against this guy, but you also gotta be careful too, because that side air just has so much range. You'd almost have to impulse jump to the right a little bit more. Even when we saw those on those replays, I mean, look at the damage differences. I mean, Blue carried Cressu that game. And that's another thing too. Cressu's usually that person that says, hey, I'm the powerhouse of this team. And I mean, Blue team, they're just very even. We're going into game number 2 here. I mean, if you're Cressu and Blue, you had this big advantage. You got to get that back.
Hopefully the mental fortitude is there, because that was a tough loss. That was a really tough loss. It looked like they had it, you know, it kept going back and forth. They had the advantage, and they lost it right there at the end in a 2v1 situation. That's gotta hurt. So hopefully they can shrug it off, realize that there's still a lot of games to be played here, and be able to pull this setback. They can do it right here.
Yeah, they can definitely bring it back, but I mean, look at this Blue team. Acno barely able to come back. Recovery. Oh, but Vector just has so much options available to it, involving those signatures. It has so much like spacing too. Is Cressu getting knocked out? Blue knocking themselves out of that first stock as well.
There's been so many SDs today, man. It's been really weird.
Yeah.
We've seen a bunch.
All the Acnos ones has been from lag too, but when it comes down to Cressu, it's more so a placing issue with these jumps. So I think Blue team's really relying on that, and I think it's working out well. Cressu, that jump sider there onto Blaze.
Nice.
3-piece combo coming from the red team, making things even. And that's a very good team combo.
That's a very confident combo. They knew exactly what they were doing. They set it up, they executed it. Absolute textbook, got the stock. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, I mean, Okay, silent. No, 3-piece. Oh, blue almost had that knockout option there on the Blaze. Recovery comes in. But Acno's Lance just has so many options. And I think Cressu's like, you know what? You have your options, but I'm going to knock you out before you can even use them. Cressu, weapon starving Acno and hitting him with a weapon throw.
We've seen this before, though. They had this advantage last game, and they somehow let it go away. There we go. That team damage does not help their situation.
Oh, it does not. And Cressu is just, well, he's starting to read Acno a little bit.
Oh, that neutral sig. That was risky. No punish coming out. D6's going to hit.
Ooh. Oh, what's Acno doing? He's just sitting there. He's got that final stock. Oh, he's letting Blaze deal with it. Cider comes in. Either way, Blaze is gone. Acno is still on that final stock. If you're blue, you'd be like, hey, how you doing there? Bye-bye. You know?
Cressu got sent.
He did.
It's going to come down to a close one again, AJ.
It is. I don't know, though. I mean, it depends on what Cressu does with that axe. If he lands all of his attacks.
Oh.
Oh, he's whiffing, though. He's whiffing.
Oh!
Blue! Knocking out Acno!
Then they dropped the team combo. Oh, no.
Oh. He dropped it again. Uh-oh. Nice little 2-piece. There we go. Get a damage build up. And that neutral signature coming out of the red team. Taking that fantastic game number 2. And hey, they're ready to fight, man. And Cressu, this is what I'm talking about. He is the powerhouse of that team of Cressu and Blue. He is 588 damage, 4 knockout options. Blue is the person that sits on the side there, lets Cressu launch people at him, and just does this damage build up. And we've been seeing that with that coach. We saw that 3-piece combo there as well. And I mean, gee whiz. I mean, Laze is on the blue team too, doing most of the damage. Acno just got knocked out so early, he couldn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, definitely that early stock. That definitely hurt him for sure. But we called it from as soon as that reset, man. I knew we were going to be in for a really good set. Going into game at 3, all tied up. And this is this is maybe a community tournament, but there is some money on the line for this. This is what, twos is $1,000. That is not bad for an afternoon of playing Brawlhalla. So there's definitely a lot of money on the line here. We're taking it to APOC for game number 3. Who is gonna get it?
And you almost got to treat this slow motion as a $300 money match. You really, really do, because that's what that is. I mean, first place gets 500, second place gets 200. So I mean, they're fighting for it. They're both 1-1. This is technically a BO3 now. Okay, that's just what this is. It's evened out. Let's see what happens, and we'll have to see what kind of happens going forward. But at the moment, recovery coming in from Blue, trying to do something, but Cressu gets knocked out there by Blaze. And I mean, Cressu cannot let himself get knocked out so early, but they do knock out Acno. They make amends there a little bit. Look at Blaze's movement, countering that sword in that lance.
Seeing it break off in a neutral here. Who's going to pull away with it? Pick him up in the air. Oh, just the swap back and forth from Blue, racking up damage on both members of the blue team.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah taking the pressure off.
Cider coming in. Here we go. Goes in. Oh, Blue with the Cider. Oh, the what? Acno with the counter? That recovery maze has so much weird force at weird directions. Nice signature coming out of Cressu. Acno now coming back with a 2v1 situation. Cressu might have an option to knock out, but Blue's like, you know what? I'm going to try to go for it. Doesn't knock out. And at this current point in time, this is an even matchup. Blue, if you are Blue right now, you gotta be very, very careful. Cressu's trying to come in and save the day, but he can't do it without Blue being a little bit more of a team player here. Oh, what is he doing? Blue's just sitting on platform waiting for the blue team to come back. I mean, it's a good option to a degree. Oh, Cressu's recovery misses. Acno and Blaze landing that fantastic team combo there on the blue. And I mean, if you are the red team right now, man, I cannot imagine what's going through your minds. Maybe a double knockout, maybe an evening of the stocks. We'll have to see. But Cider comes in from blue. What will Acno do? That's Cider comes in from Cressu. Cavalry, there we go. A little bit of a team combo, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Blaze just missed that sword neutral light, landed his team combo into, or his teammate into a team combo. Blaze gets launched off that ledge. He gets knocked out. And Acno having to deal with 2v1.
So close, bro. It's so close.
It is, and look at this. Cider coming in. Cider coming in. We see Acno getting knocked out in maybe 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. No,
He's still there. He's still there. He's in. Staying off stage, making sure he doesn't get caught in any of that shenanigans going up on APOC right now. Dipping in. No, if he gets taken out by his teammate, I swear I'm going to uninstall for him. Okay, there we go. Trying to get back up on stage, and Nair in his way, being super careful, retreating directly back off that left side, and he's literally just letting his teammate just do a 2v1 there. They came in at the right time. Is he gonna get the stock? Cressu get ground pounded at the top of the head. Oh my goodness, it comes down to a 1v1 situation. Here we go, Blue. Oh my goodness, Blue versus Blaze. Oh my goodness.
Blue wins this with sword. If Blaze goes to Lance, he's... Oh, there we go. Weapon starve him. Pick up that bow. Oh, maybe Blaze comes back. Cider comes in. I see a knockout. He misses the knockout option.
That's crazy.
Oh, he didn't knock out with that either? Oh, this is close. Oh, this is close. This is very close. He's got an option for the Lance. He does not want to go with it. He wants to stick with that sword. He gets aggressive. So does Blue, but Blue misses all of his attacks.
Goodness.
They're whipping. Whoa, Blue! That shouldn't have been that close.
But it was.
Happened? Whiff. I can keep on going on.
After whiff, that was crazy.
Oh my! That was a stressful, very stressful game.
Imagine playing in it, bro. That's
I
crazy.
can't imagine. Oh Lord!
We're headed into game number 4 in the grand finals reset. The Bearded Moose, Blaze, and Acno on tournament game right now. They have no more chances. They need to take it into game 5, and they need to get a dub right here. Pulling out the Kaya for this match, keeping on the rolling. This should be interesting. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, if you're Acno and Blaze, you got to pop off in the beginning. But also, we got to bring this up. Acno is on Kaya. He swapped from the Vector.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more team combos that they have on that, though. That was a pocket pick. That was very much a pocket pick coming in from the blue team. But look at the red team terror. Just Acno. Oh, Blaze! Blaze is set up his teammate to get knocked out!
That's such an early stock. That might have cost them the set right there.
Yeah,
that might have done it. These games have been so close. Giving up a stock that early, they definitely need to try and figure it out and come back from this right now.
I like how Cressu's like, I'm trying to find a way to do a side lip, but I don't know which way to go.
Right.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Things are looking a little better.
Oh, but there's a Lance coming in there from Blaze. I think if you're the blue team, you got to focus knocking out Blue, though. Blue is sword. Oh, look at his sword go off. We do see Cressu get knocked out, but Blue's getting a damage advantage over the blue team right now with that sword. Look at that.
Continuing to work.
Oh my god.
Okay, but it's really even. They have a little tiny bit of advantage. Blaze being pretty hurt on that second stock, but they're starting to put it on Blue now. Like you said, they're starting to get him focused a little bit, starting to get that damage caught up. Blue's sending him up to that top right corner. That is not where you're going to be able to get that knockout option. Not enough damage put on him yet, even though he is pretty red. But we talk about that Sir Roland defense. There we go. Blue is out of here, and that stock is now gone. Blue team trying to do everything they can to push us to a game number 5. Stocks flying literally in every direction on Apocalypse right now, and Cressu is the healthiest on the map right now.
It's funny because we see Blue weapon star of the blue team and just hit his weapon against Cressu's head.
Yeah.
Halfway through that, they're just so focused on trying to win. If you're Blue, why are you going off that ledge? You gotta be careful. And I think they noticed that. You see a side leg coming in. Cressu's probably gonna get knocked out in the next like 10 seconds here or there, unless they just pop off with this axe. And I mean, the Cider comes in, the side signature misses. There we go. Acno with the knockout option there on the Cressu. The 2v1 situation. Can Blue hold themselves up? If they do, they win this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. This comes down to this. Blue team, they're on their tournament stocks right now. Red team can finish it up. They just have to play with everything they have and not let it fall. Oh, get pushed off stage. Blue needs to get back up. Nice unarmed recovery, able to get back up and easily gets the weapon drop. Cressu trying to hold the pressure off. He uses that ledge to his advantage. Okay, here he goes, looking for it, trying to take the pressure. Nice side sig, and that's gonna do it. It all comes down to Blaze. Does he have enough gas in the tank? He's getting juggled with those anti-airs coming from Red Team right now, and we're seeing the lights get turned out. It's getting dark, it's getting dim, and with that, it is gonna give it to him, and they are going to take that dub.
Cressu, Blue are your fantastic EU Bearded Moose 2v2 champions, beating PR1, PR2 of
That's
Europe,
crazy.
the San Diego LAN champions. And this is the first time that they've teamed. Like, they've been going back and forth there a little bit between 4th, 3rd, 5th, 13th, but this is their very first win together in one of the biggest community events right before Valencia, Slow.
Yeah, that's got to feel good. Getting that
Oh
dub,
my lord.
taking it away from Acno and Blaze, that's got to feel good. Yeah, they got some bragging rights after the 2v2 portion of the Bearded Moose this weekend, that is for sure. I can't wait to see what they do. All of these players do from a single standpoint in our event tomorrow, because the weekend is not done. Tell him, AJ, it is not done.
No, it's not, ladies and gentlemen. And we have another 1v1 championship for EU happening tomorrow. Registrations are still open. Go to star.gg/beardedmoose if you guys want to sign up, or do !bracket in the Twitch chat. Also, there are other events coming up here shortly over the next couple weeks. Moose Wars will be hosting a NA event next weekend called Moose Wars Magma Mayhem for all you NA players. And I think also Slow might have an event for the Australian players. How about you take it away with that there, Slow?
We do. We have Bearded Brawls, our June edition, coming up at the end of this month. It's actually really funny because it's a June event. It's on the 30th, but because of the time difference, it's actually the 1st of July for Australia. So they're getting 2 July events. I'm doing one in June and one in July. So, but yes, signups are still open for that. If you are happen to be from the Australian region, want to play with some of the best from that region, definitely get over for that. You can find it on the community page, BCTI on StarGG, or under the community page in Game Client in that bottom right corner there when you watch the game. They're all over there.
Yeah, and then when it comes down to the Moose Wars events as well, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and I'll throw the hub link in the Twitch chat. We do have a base website for any Moose Wars events coming up as well. We're going to throw that in the Twitch chat for you guys. But yeah, like Slow brought up, you can go to the BCTI community page. You can see all the fantastic community events coming up, not just from Moose Wars, not just from Bearded Brawls, but from organizations like NSEG, like Ghost League, like Brawl League, like Estisal, from all these different regions across the world that you guys can sign up for. As long as there's not a region lock for them, you guys can sign up for them. So,
absolutely.
With that being said, man, I mean, is there anything you want to say before we hop off, before we get ready for that 1v1 event happening tomorrow there, Slow?
No, not at all, man. It's just, it has been a blast. I've been in the community with AJ for years, man, and it's always fun when we're able to do stuff together and get on the mic together. I love it. I'm excited to see what EU's got in store for us tomorrow, and it's been a great day of some good esport action, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing, what was it? We had 27 of the top 32 EU PR players in this event. And a lot of the top 32 PR for one signed up for tomorrow too. I can imagine probably 30 of the 32 as well. So if you guys want EU practice, we're going to Valencia. Also, Freeman.com also has the Valencia event. Go ahead and sign up for Brawlhalla. Sign up now if you want more space. But with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day if you are in EUS. Have a fantastic rest of your night if you are in EU. And with that being said, we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 4:30 p.m. Eastern or I'm sorry, 4:30 p.m. CEST, or at 10:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow as well. Have a fantastic rest of your night, guys. We'll see you guys then.
Good night, guys.